Call it Rockingham Speedway, North Carolina Motor Speedway, or just The Rock. Rockingham is among stock car racing's most historic racetracks, and tonight we take to it 165 times for the second round of 22 on the Outlaws Sim Series Gunman truck season. Welcome to the virtual Rockingham, North Carolina. Devin Zimmerman joins me on the call tonight, and our colleague Vincent Cortez is on our social media coverage this evening, where you can check out his updates tonight on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Devin, I am so glad to have you back alongside me in the booth for these Outlaw Sim Series races. And first, welcome back to the league. And second, welcome back to the channel. I know you called a race with us before, but welcome back. Again, very, very happy to have you back with us tonight. The first order of business tonight, though, we have 165 laps around the Rock. Devin, tell us more about the Rockingham Speedway.
Hey, Emerson, it is so glad to be back, and I hated to have to take a break last season and take care of my some family matters, but I am back, and we are at Rockingham. The Rock, as it's so called, mainly because it is very rocky. This track is full of bumps. It is a unique layout where the tri-oval is actually a little bit closer to turn 1 than it is to turn 4. And as these drivers dive into turn 1, they'll find 22 degrees of banking between turns 1 and turn 2. Turns 3 and turns 4 are 25 degrees of banking and 8 degrees along the front and back stretch. Another unique thing about this track is that degree of banking is different in 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and that provides different lines and different braking points that they need to deal with getting into turn 1. So with this unique tri-oval, it allows the drivers, a very interesting situation when they're running side by side to find the line to get into turn 1. It is very, very difficult with how quick you need to make that judgment call when you're trying to pass in 1 and 2. 3 and 4 is a little bit more standard, but getting off of 4, you will find the back end of the truck does want to turn around a little bit, so you will have to be careful. Likewise, pit entry is very early. It is in the middle of turns 3 and 4, so you need to make that judgment call getting into turn 3, and then you need to make sure you're not getting run over, as the preferred line is the bottom line. So we will be watching that tonight with green flag pit stops take place, as well as how these drivers will adapt. So again, it is so great to be back with you guys, and I'm looking forward to a great season, Emerson.
Absolutely. I'm so stoked for the rest of the season. Of course, last week we had Jason Miz come clean out of the ashes when the smoke settled and take the win at Daytona. He is the lone driver locked in at the top of the playoff standings, the only driver locked into the playoffs, provided he makes 75% of the regular season races, which is 13 starts for this season. Joseph Causey there second in points. He is 6 points back. Farron Elam tied with Kevin Thompson for third in points. They're 10 points back. Seth Fitzpatrick 14 back there in fifth. Ray Rogers 15 back in sixth. Justin T. Miller there in seventh, 17 back, with Joshua McClune in eighth. John Mickey there in ninth with 18 points back, a point leader Jason Miz, and Devin Smith there in 10th, 19 points back, a point leader Jason Miz. But we look at the second page, Devin, and it's getting really tight at that playoff cut line, especially, in fact, there's a tie for the 13th and final spot in the playoffs. Devin, tell us more.
Yeah, so Daytona, starting off the season, it can really jostle some things up, and things aren't probably what they seem to be. But for 11th place, Garrett Velzy, he is 20 points back of Jason Miz, but only 2 points clear of that cutoff spot. Holt is there in 12th place. He is 21 points back of Jason Miz. Max Service is on the cut line in 13th place, 22 points back of our points leader, Jason Miz. Setzer is there right there in 14th, tied with Max Service. Eric Peck, 23 points back, 1 point out of a playoff spot. Jeremiah Stutzman, also 1 point out of a playoff spot in 16th. Andrew Pratt is in 17th, 2 points out of a playoff spot. Barnett there in 18th. He is 4 points back. Andrew St. Cour is 5 points out in 19th spot. And Joshua Balliet is 6 points out of a playoff spot in 20th and 28 off of Jason Miz. And something that's interesting that I see off of this is 3 of our 4 playoff drivers from last season are either on that cut line, or not even mention our champion is not even in the top 20, Emerson.
Yeah, very, very intriguing indeed. It'll be something now that we get into the meat and potatoes of the schedule that Seth Berger tries to make up that disadvantage he is at right now. He is down in 21st in the point standings. He definitely has enough of the season to do it, but again, this season is much shorter than last season. And now let's take a look at this season. The outlook, it's only 22 races, 75% of the schedule. League admin declared that that's 13 races. I think they rounded up anyway. And we look at it, of course, we had the wild race at Daytona with Jason Miz coming out as the winner. He had his teammates hot in pursuit behind, but I think they were going to be there to support him all the way to the checkered. Rockingham tonight, of course, 165 laps. Then we get to our first mile and a half of the season. I think this is where we're really going to see how these drivers can how these drivers will be performing when it comes to playoff time. I think we'll get a good sample size there, especially when you look at the finale being Atlanta. But then we go to Auto Club there for round number 4, 97 laps there instead of the usual 100 with 100% fuel loads. The pit strategy is going to be eased a little bit, but it's still out of reach. I think the 97 laps is going to make it easier to make it a fuel mileage race. You get Phoenix 165 laps as well. Also a 1 mile racetrack, or it is 1 mile. Rockingham's just over. Las Vegas 160 laps. Then these boys are going to sling a little bit of dirt, get a little sideways at Bristol dirt in race round number 7. Martinsville for race number 8. They're 200 laps, and we go road racing up in upstate New York for Watkins Glen, 60 laps there. New Hampshire, man, I love New Hampshire. I just took I just won a NIS race there. But I cannot wait for that. Round number 10 on the season, 157 laps as opposed to 151. And Pocono, 77 laps there at the turning point of the season.
That's right. And then the 12th race of the season is Dover, 165 laps around that monster mile racetrack. 13th week is going to be at Charlotte Motor Speedway in Charlotte, North Carolina, is 170 laps around that beautiful speedway. Then we go to Gateway for the 14th week of the season and 165 laps. Iowa, another 0.8, or I think it's a 0.8 short track that is. But we're going to do 190 laps there. Iowa's a very fun racetrack. I love Iowa. Week 16 is going to be Kansas, 150 laps. Week 17, Kentucky, where we're going to do Kansas is where we do the rim riding. Kentucky is, though, we're going to have some fun at the Bluegrass State. 140 laps there. Texas, 18th week with 150 laps. The Charlotte Roval, our second road course of the season, with 55 laps around that. And then we tackle our second super speedway, Talladega, for 90 laps in week 20. Then we return to Bristol, but this time on the asphalt for 200 laps. That is our penultimate race. And then the finale, the championship race, is at Atlanta in week 22, and that will be 165 laps around the old version, because Atlanta is being repaved right now, but iRacing will still have the old version.
Yeah, absolutely. Historic Atlanta, as what it'll soon be called, or Legacy Atlanta, will live on in the iRacing simulator. We'll take one more. I want to make a comment here on the playoff standings. To this season, we have 13 drivers who make the playoffs. There's still 3 rounds, though, to get us down to 4 drivers for that Atlanta race. How that works, 2 race rounds, and these rounds, they are something. You go to 2 mile and a halves to start it off, to a couple, races you can really kind of control your own destiny at, Kansas and Kentucky. Then we eliminate 3. So we have 10 drivers heading into the Charlotte Roval. I'm sorry, into Texas, which is, another one where you can control your own destiny. But then you get to the wild slate of playoff races here. The Charlotte Roval is a cutoff race that takes us down from 10 to 7 drivers. Then we go to Talladega, which anything can happen there. Bristol right after that. Then, somehow, someway, we got to take 7 drivers to 4 as we head to Atlanta to crown the champion there. But that is how the season looks. We're going to take a step aside before we get to really how this Rockingham Speedway looks and feels with these truck drivers. We'll hear from some truck drivers on the far side of this break. Don't you go away. We'll be right back. Outlaws Sim Series pre-race coverage from the Rockingham Speedway on the far side.
Found yourself trying to hide your joy because you're unhappy with your teeth? Your smile is the first feature noticed in an interview, on a date, or in family photos. We want you to be able to shine bright as your best self, and our teeth whitening system is the perfect step toward restoring your confidence.
Sound art is a product that is a speaker and it's art. We combine it together and we call it sound art. What makes it so unique that any picture can be your speaker? Sound art gives you the high quality sound without the ugly speaker. This isn't a picture with a speaker, the picture is the speaker. Just imagine your wedding picture uploaded onto a canvas and now it's speaking 10,000 tunes. I mean, it's a very cool concept. What we like so much about it that you can take anything that means something very special to you, upload it on the canvas, have it hanging up in your room, your balcony, wherever you want to put it, and now it's a speaker. I mean, how cool is that? It's something that we have that and no one has. No one has this product. It's just a great gift to give anybody. It's just a neat concept. Around here we say, art never sounded so good.
Welcome, race fans, back to the virtual Rockingham Speedway out in virtual Rockingham, North Carolina. We're here for round number 2 of 22 on the Outlaws Sim Series season. Now, as you maybe are thinking to yourself, especially if you're an avid fan of the Outlaws Sim Series, why is Jacob Zala not back on the call tonight? Well, I'll let him kind of tell it himself. We were able to talk to him a little bit earlier just to gather his thoughts on not being able to continue with us for the time being. He may be able to, of course, if his schedule frees up, but we'll let him really talk about it.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning into the Outlaw Sim Series broadcast tonight. This is Jacob Zala, and unfortunately, I have some news to share regarding my spot on the broadcast team for the Outlaw Sim Series. Last week at Daytona was the last time I will be on top for a while. This is due to prior commitments, and I will not be able to participate in Outlaw Sim Series broadcast at the moment. That doesn't mean Emerson will go alone, though. He's bringing someone I call family in Devin Zimmerman. Devin has been the guy on top before me, and I'm glad I got to pass the torch back to him. With that being said, Emerson and Devin, I wish you good luck on the call tonight and good luck in the future broadcasts.
And once again, thank you so much, Jacob, for all the work he put in last season. He really came in clutch, if you will, halfway through last season. I was having to do the races pretty much by myself, and that's to no fault of Devin. He, of course, had his prior commitments as well, or I'm sorry, other responsibilities. But I was glad to have a co-commentator with me who picked up on the craft so quickly, and glad to bring him over to Pit Stop TV, because he's still on Pit Stop TV, just not with the Outlaw Sim Series for at least the foreseeable future, because I know he was a big part of those broadcasts. But Devin Zimmerman was the driver who was able to, the person who was able to start with me on the Outlaw Sim Series broadcast. The first 4 races of last season before he was able to come back for season 2 tonight here at Rockingham. Now, before we really get into this, we got a little bit more housekeeping to do, and let's go and shout out some of our partners here at Pit Stop TV, like Tucson Sound Art. Your picture, your music. You provide the image that you want, and we will custom create a beautifully framed, high-quality canvas with a built-in Bluetooth speaker. With Sound Art, you get the best of both worlds. Visit TucsonSoundArt.com for additional info. Use promo code PitStopTV at checkout and receive 10% off of your wall-mounted sound art device today. Ever wished you could have a race engineer on speed dial? Well, now you can, thanks to RacePace, a driver development service and setup shop all in one. Work with Tyler, a real-world race engineer, to step up your game before your next race. Pick up pace with RacePace. When it comes to your appearance, you deserve the best care that money can buy. And with locations in Auburn, Lewiston, Naples, and Saco, Maine, Permanent Makeup and Cryo in Maine owner Ashley Boyer is a certified micropigmentation specialist who provides professional, safe, and personalized services. Contact Permanent Makeup and Cryo in Maine at permanentmakeupinmaine.com, or you can call or text them at 207-358-8683. Whiplash Media specializes in various sim racing resources, including paint schemes, stream overlays, iRacing camera packs, and more. The official graphic and camera provider of Pit Stop TV. You can grab your iBroadcast cameras today at www.pitstoptv.com. And of course, our friends at BAM Racing Videos. By a race fan for the racing community. And Devin, we get to this track here, Rock, and we talked about the track, but what are you thinking here? The trucks in real life were the last series to really race here at Rockingham of the 3 national series. We're back at it again here, of course, on iRacing. But with these, of course, NASCAR Gander Outdoor trucks, their open setups here for the Outlaws Sim Series. What are your thoughts seeing trucks back on the speedway?
It's wonderful to see any type of racing back on Rockingham. Being from North Carolina myself, I actually love Rockingham. I love the racetrack. It was one of the first racetracks that I purchased when I got iRacing. I just wanted to be able to race at Rockingham again. I love it. I love the bumpiness. It gives it some character. It makes it hard to handle, and that brings out the best in the drivers, I think. So what we're going to look for tonight is more of the same from the last actual Truck Series race that was here, where the bumps were causing some bouncing around and just making the trucks very unpredictable. So we're going to see who brought a good setup that can deal with the bumps and with being able to race side by side, because the bottom lane is preferred. This is not progressive banking. You can't run 2 different lanes that well here. So the bottom line is the preferred line. And, it's going to be interesting to see how they, set up passes and make those passes on each other.
Absolutely, and I wanted to see if we can talk to last season's winner, Greg Holt, who's currently running 4th on the standings, but we don't have access to him right at this moment. But I do want to bring up the driver who is top of the point standings. I want to try to see how he's doing around the track. There he is, driver of the number 24, Jason Miz. And of course, last week's winner, looking to keep that momentum up. He has a 6-point advantage over Joseph Causey heading into tonight's race. But Jason, you're nearly 3 wide there going into turn 3. How you feeling about the Rock?
Oh, it's tough. As rocks are, that's for sure.
Fair enough. You have Seth Berger on your outside, nearly pinching you down. But when you come to this track, and maybe more so, what does it mean to you? Maybe from the real side of NASCAR, of course, being that it's so historic on the stock car side, and then with these trucks, the trucks were the last national series to run here when it comes to NASCAR. So what does it mean for you to be back in these trucks at Rockingham, even though it's a sim version and all that, to you?
Oh, it's awesome. I mean, just the nostalgia of it, just remembering all the races from back in the day, and now I'm actually out here. So what's so good about iRacing too is you get to go everywhere where you really can't actually go.
Fair enough. So again, you come in today, 6-point advantage, pretty low on the practice charts, but is there any more speed in this 24 truck to be found? Is there anything that you're, I guess, maybe saving for the race session?
Yes, sure. No, I'm trying to get used to the track. As the race goes on, I'll do better. This is what practice is for. I'm just trying to test the limits, and it's biting me because I'm getting too loose.
Absolutely. But we look forward, of course. We had Daytona back in the rearview mirror, and then tonight with Rockingham, a tough little short track, if you will. But then we get to the meat and potatoes of the schedule of 1.5 miles. How do you feel maybe for this season overall, and maybe your performance, especially now with some momentum on your side heading into it?
With the great team of performance sims behind me, I feel pretty good. We're definitely got some confidence from super speedway, but it's a super speedway, so these are the tracks that are going to be the most important throughout. So I'm feeling good. I knew this track wasn't going to be one of the good ones for me, but we just keep chugging along. It's only one race out of a long season.
Fair enough. All right, Jason, before we let you go here, we're going to give you the floor, and whoever you got to shout out, whoever you got to thank, time is yours.
Once again, definitely got to thank Adam for the league and for as many years as he's kept a good league going. Gotta thank my wife, leaving me race like she does. Gotta thank Performance Sims and all the guys over there. And gotta thank you. I love going back watching. You make it so entertaining just to go back and watch how it was and hear you. It's awesome. So appreciate you.
I appreciate that very much, Jason. Once again, congratulations on your the point lead coming into today, last week's win. Best luck to you on tonight and the rest of the season. Hopefully we're talking to you some more.
Yep, thank you.
Absolutely. And driver of the number 24, Jason Miz. And now I'm going to give last season's winner here at the Rockingham Speedway, driver of the number 3, Greg Holt, to our Devin Zimmerman.
Mr. Greg Holt, this is Devin in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, how's it going, Greg? We just wanted to get your thoughts on the track and how the truck is feeling, how you're feeling for tonight's race.
Truck feels good. Track was a little bit slicker than I thought it was going to be here to start. I'm sure it's going to tighten up once we get some rubber laid down here in the main event. We'll see. This place is pretty racy. Going to take a good long run setup to win it, though, I think. So we'll see what we got.
Well, I'm sure you would know all about that. You did win the race in the Outlaws Sim Series here last season. Is that give you any advantage? I know it was a fixed setup and this is an open setup in a completely different car from the Xfinity to the truck, but you think that even gives you an advantage just knowing that you dominated the race here last season?
I'm more of an open setup guy. I just, we come in and we were doing the fixed setups with a bunch of friends because it was fun. So when they switched to the open setups, kind of really made me happy. So we'll see. I don't know. I mean, it's short track racing. Anything can happen. Takes one little touch here and you're done. So we just got to survive. That's the name of the game.
Oh yeah, mind the bumps too, I'm sure. But last week probably didn't go the way that you wanted it to go, and I'm sure that now that we get to the meat and potato of the season, you're really looking forward to try and duplicate the 7-win, possibly even more of what you had last season. Is this where you're going to start to shine?
I hope so, but like I said, it's a game of survival. There's a lot of cars out here. There's a lot of good guys. There's a lot of guys on my team that are that we know that we're working on the setups together. So we could, any one of us could win. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully one of us or a couple of us does good. That's all I got. It's a team. We'll see what happens.
I love to hear the team aspect and everybody recognizing the team aspect of the sport. It's wonderful to hear. And before we let you go, I'm going to give you the floor. If there's anyone you want to thank, any shout outs you want to give, now's your time. Take it away.
I'd just like to thank Adam for putting this show on. Thank you guys for doing the broadcast, and then a shout out to all the guys at our team, Performance Sim Sport. They put in a lot of work week in and week out in the A cars and in the trucks here. So, but we have a lot of fun. So.
All right, thank you so much, Greg. We'll let you get back to it. I see you're in a battle there, but oh, he's gone. But yeah, Greg Holt took the win last season here. I don't think we mentioned that in the broadcast, but should be very entertaining to watch him and see what he's going to do now that he's in his preferred element, which is the open setup, Emerson.
Absolutely. He told me last season, right after the season ended last season, how he thought about the open setups, and he was really tickled about it. He didn't necessarily prefer the trucks, but anything open setup to him just is I think a lot more better suited environment for Greg Holt, and that's saying a lot because he still won 7 races last season and half the season starts. That's phenomenal. But he is 4th in the practice charts, and he is 3 spots behind our current top time setter on the practice charts, and we'll find Joshua Fox, who's in the very thick of a pack right here. Joshua, first, how's it going?
It's going pretty good.
Fair enough. So you come in again today. You come in with the top time here in practice. As practice is coming to a close, what is it about the Rockingham Speedway that just really clicks for the 66?
Honestly, it's not really clicking too well for me. I just ran a couple of good laps there in practice with the qualifying setup. The race trim truck, I'm still trying to work on, so we'll see how that goes in the race.
Fair enough. So you're looking here. Is there? Of course, I feel like this race may go green, and I could be proven wrong, but we saw only 2 cautions in last season's race. So the likelihood of this going green, how important is it going to be to start up front and try to maintain that track position?
I think track position is going to be key. As long as we can make it through the first few laps clean, I think it's going to stay green for a long time. And being up front will definitely help with that. So hopefully qualifying goes well and we can all start up front and stay out of the wrecks.
Absolutely, and as practice comes to a close, what is... Again, you said you felt like you got that time because you were able to run some quick laps at the beginning. But as practice has gone on, you put in now 75 laps. What have you learned for this long run? Do you think it's going to be enough to maybe bring that over to the race?
A lot about saving the tire. I know that saving tire is key here. You can save your tire and you'll be able to pass a lot more cars longer in the run. If you wear out that right front, then you're going to have trouble.
Fair enough. Well, Joshua, as we get to the end of practice here, we're going to leave you to it, get you into that qualifying mindset. But before you go, we're going to give you the floor here. Shout out whoever you got to shout out. Thank whoever you got to thank for getting you right to this spot tonight.
All right, well, shout out to Dark Horse Racing and all the guys that are racing here with me, all my teammates here, and shout out to everybody watching. Hope you enjoy the show.
Right on. And again, that is the driver who is at the top of the practice chart today, driver of the number 66, Joshua Fox. Again, congratulations on, I guess, winning practice, but best of luck to you in qualifying and the race.
Thank you.
Again, that was Joshua Fox, and as practice ticks over, we are going to be able to see who is going to be duking it out. Devin, for what?
That'll be for our Pratt Tile and Stone Pole Award. It is a prestigious award offered by Pratt Tile and Stone. These drivers are going to give it their all. You heard Josh Fox right there talking about how he was getting the qualifying trim. He thinks he has it down. He thinks he can give it a good run to get that Pratt Tile and Stone Pole Award. And I see a few trucks taking to the track now. And we'll go ahead and ride along with them, see how they tackle all the bumps. You can tell just by the look of it how bumpy it is.
And here is driver of number 7, Joshua Balliet, getting up to speed here. And he was a little, I guess, unsure of his ability here tonight at Rockingham, but he has since, I guess, picked up the pace, gotten it together here, and he's going at it here. He was up in the top 10 in practice times. We'll see what he can do here, but a lot of drivers waiting for I guess the time of day to drop a little bit. This race is starting around the afternoon time slot, as Balliet will complete the first lap, and he'll obviously go top of the charts. He's the only driver to set a time thus far. Let's go ahead and find our way around the track, and we'll catch up with Joseph Causey and his number 88 machine that's actually pulling off the pit lane. We'll actually find somebody who's getting up to speed here, and Kyle Lingerfelt.
Yeah, we're watching Lingerfelt go around now. Oh, there is a new fastest lap. Tyler Markle to the top of the charts. Very close time between him and Joshua Balliet there. But let's see what Causey. I have a feeling he's going to make a good effort to get up to the top there. Lingerfelt is, we're watching now, he probably needs to get a little lower than that, but decent line through 3 and 4, trying to keep the speed up to the run to the line.
It'll put Lingerfelt there 7th of the 7-time set, but we're riding on board with Joseph Causey. He will cross the line, and his first lap will put him... actually, I guess he's starting his first time lap, but it is Matthew Setzer who's gone 3rd quickest, Brandon Richardson 4th, Devin Smith there in 5th, Jeremiah Stutzman clocks in at 8th right behind, Jesse Adams there in 7th, and now we get some times going here. Andrew Pratt up into the mix. Kevin Thompson set the time. We have 11 times now, more times coming. Joseph Causey will go 2nd quickest behind Tyler Markle.
Yeah, and you can see the difference of the lines that we ran with Lingerfelt in that first lap and then Causey in the second lap. You see Causey's a lot closer to that yellow line in 3 and 4. His truck is able to ride that line. Oh, and here is Fox now on the track. He goes 3rd quickest. But you can see how the trucks just ride the yellow line through 3 and 4. Causey to the top. I had a feeling.
Well, does Fox dethrone him to the line? Joshua Fox will go top of the charts at a 22.977, nearly a whole tenth ahead of Joseph Kazi. That is phenomenal.
Yeah, he told us he thought he had the qualifying setup down pat, ready to go. And he definitely showed it to us right there. Let's see if anyone else, we only have about not even half the field out there at the moment. So we'll see what some of these other drivers can put on the board. There's a big spattering that just put in times. Looks like Stutzman's in at 11th and a few others. It looks like maybe the 15 drivers have set a time.
Well, here comes the 19 of Christian Converse. He comes up to bat here. He's gone third quickest on his first lap. Cody Vreeland's gone fourth quickest. And how about our last season's champion, Seth Berger, trying to make a great run today here. He starts fifth. He needs to get himself out of 21st in points. Very loose there for Converse on the exit of turn 4, but to the line. Does it improve? I don't believe it does. Christian Converse will stay in the third position. Let's see who else we have on the track. How about last week's winner, Jason Miz?
Yeah, I believe that little bobble off of 4 cost Converse there. Here comes Miz to the line. I'm not sure if he just started his lap or if he is out of the top 10, but we'll take a look here. Keep riding on board with him.
Yeah, he just started his lap here. He's coming around, though, to complete his lap. He'll work his way through turns 3 and 4, and look at him work that wheel, trying to keep that truck planted on the bottom side of the racetrack to the line. Let's run to the line. Jason Miz will throw that number 24 truck 17th out of 18 times. He is ahead of somebody, and that is automatic. Brad Bothwell to the top of the charts out of nowhere.
Yeah, I don't believe he was in. I think he may have been like, I don't know if he was in the top 10 or not. Maybe he was just running on or practicing on his race pace truck, had the qualifying set down and was hiding it from us, kind of pulling a Mercedes F1 deal and just kind of, sandbagging a little bit. But beautiful time by Bothwell.
Absolutely. Definitely could have been not revealing his entire hand in the practice session. Jason Miz trying to fight with that truck off of the corner. I believe actually he set both of his times here, so this is just some extra practice for himself. He's gone up to 12 quickest, though. That is not too shabby when he was down in 25th on the practice charts.
Yeah, I'm sure Miz would like to be starting a lot higher up, but he said it himself. He's not too comfortable at this size track. The smaller tracks he's not proficient at yet, but I'm sure he will get there. He's a great driver. Just probably, going to bide his time at the beginning of the race, take it easy, try not to get involved in anything messy. But it looks like 19 drivers have set a time. We got about 3 minutes and 45 seconds left of qualifying.
Well, as no drivers are out on the track now, and I do expect some drivers to maybe hit the track later. We still have yet to see Greg Holt take to the track and a couple others that I do expect to take time here. There is something I want to mention tonight, and tonight we have a choose rule in effect, and that means that these drivers will be able to select which lane they want to restart in regardless of their position on the restart of a caution period. I believe the initial start will still be set by iRacing minus the pole sitter. The pole sitter will still have lane choice, but as we come to a restart, as we come around to the 1 to green, drivers will have to make their choice at the start-finish line, and it must be definitive, either the left-hand side of the racetrack or the right-hand side of the racetrack in their respective queue. It'll be very interesting to see what drivers pick here. We've seen, of course, that bottom side's preferred, but if you can get that nice arc into turn, if you can get clear on the restart and a nice arc into turn 1, that outside may be a way to go on restarts. What do you think, Devin?
I do think the bottom line is going to be preferred, but you can make the outside line work if you get a good enough jump on the restart. It is very, very cool to see the choose rule put in place by the Outlaws Sim Series. This is something that is not in iRacing, something that the admins of this league are implementing and watching closely, and I love to see it, Emerson. It's so awesome.
Absolutely. And while we have a little break in the action, we'll take this moment to shout out what else is coming up on the channel here at Pit Stop TV. And of course, this Friday night we have the MSRA National Series and their NASCAR Xfinity style cars, 8:15 p.m. Eastern this Friday night. They're up in New England at the New Hampshire Motor Speedway for a great grand old time. That'll be a fun one. Then this upcoming Tuesday, we'll have Nork taking to the track out in Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin, covered in Wisconsin greenery. Road America I just found out today, they're going to be grid starting on the front straightaway at Road America. That will be a blast. Tune in Tuesday night, 6:40 p.m. Eastern there. And on Wednesday, the International Online Racing League takes their IndyCar series to the Chicago Street Course, 7:20 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday night. Of course, the Outlaws Sim Series will also be on Wednesday. We'll be pulling double duty, two crews doing work on Wednesday night, next Wednesday, for the IORL Chicago Street Course race, and of course here for the Outlaw Sim Series at Homestead. I do believe we'll have the same crew with us tonight on that Homestead call and that Homestead run as Greg Holt. He has gone on track. He's gone 7th quickest, and he's pulled off on his second lap.
I believe he got loose out of turn 2, and it just ruined his lap. So that's why he's going to go ahead and call it a day on qualifying, take his 7th place, and get into the race. But it is really cool that Nork is going to do a grid start in stock cars. It would be just worth tuning in just to see the start, just to see what they do. It's going to be amazing, I think. And it looks like with 35 seconds left in qualifying that all the drivers have qualified, so we can award that Pratt Tile and Stone Pole Award to Brad Bothwell. He is set the fastest lap time with a 22.956, and he is the winner of the Rockingham Speedway Pratt Tile and Stone Pole Award. Pratt Tile and Stone, serving Central Vermont since 2005.
And of course, a big congratulations to Brad Bothwell on that Pratt Tile and Stone Pole Award. And as qualifying ticks down here, we now head into the race session. And as we get into that, we'll go through our starting lineup for tonight's 165 lap affair around the Rock here in Rockingham, North Carolina. And on the front row, it'll be driver of the number 31, Brad Bothwell, and to his outside will be quick-time driver in practice, driver of the number 66, Joshua Fox. Row number 2, we're going to find driver of number 88, Joseph Causey, and to his outside, driver of the number 19, Christian Converse. Row number 3, we're going to find driver of the number 10, Cody Vreeland, and last season's champion, Seth Berger, looks to make his crawl from 21st in the point standings. He starts tonight in 6th. Row number 4, we're going to find last season's winner, driver of the number 3, Greg Holt, and driver of the number 42 to his outside, Tyler Markle. And in row number 5, we're going to find Theron Elam Jr., and to his outside, Andrew Pratt in that number 75. Devin?
Yeah, and then the next row, we're going to find Joshua Balliet in the number 7 truck. On the outside, Matthew Setzer in the number 5 truck. In the next row, starting 13th, Jason Miz in the 24 truck. Outside of him, Eric Peck in the 25. Starting 15th, Kyra Lingerfeld in the 65 truck. And 16th, Brandon Richardson in the 29 truck. 17th is Jeremiah Stutzman in the 71. And 18th, Jesse Adams in the 55 truck. Devin Smith will be starting 19th, and 20th on his outside, Kevin Thompson in the number 89.
We find our way back to row number 11. We'll find the 51 of Ray Rogers, and to his outside, James Good. Now we're getting to some drivers who did not set qualifying times back here, by the way. Row number 12, it'll be Seth Fitzpatrick, and to his outside, the 18 of Joshua McClune. Row number 13, it'll be the 32 of Jeremy C. Poole and the 69 of John Mickey. Row number 14, it'll be the 63 of Randall Barnett and the 6 of Daniel Park. And back in row number 15, it'll be Matt Rogers and Andrew Schroeder. And in the 16th and final row on the grid, it'll be Doug Solms in that number 67. And as the field gets off the front straightaway grid, if you will, here at Rockingham, Brad Bothwell is on the pole. Let's go through the weather heading into tonight's race. And it's 92 degrees Fahrenheit, the track temp. That's a fairly cool track temp, as the air temp's only 76 degrees. Devin, what say you? Winds coming 7 miles per hour out of the south.
Yeah, it's going to be a very interesting start with all these trucks and all the bumps. It's going to take that outside lane to get some good momentum or just get to the bottom as quickly as possible. And I got to say, starting in that 6th spot, watch out for last season's champion, Seth Berger. He is awesome if this thing gets onto a long run. He is great at saving tires, so watch him closely if we get a long green flag run.
Once again, before we get going here, just want to remind everybody, Devin Zimmerman on the call with me tonight, Vincent Cortez on our social media coverage this evening, and of course myself, Emerson Arden, on production and on commentary tonight. But here we go, as the field is in the hands of the driver number 31. We are racing from Rockingham.
Great restart by our leader on the outside, though it looks like Fox is going to get hung out to dry. That inside lane is going to be the preferred lane. He's going to need to get down quickly, or he's going to get freight trained here if he's not careful.
The battle for third, Christian Converse will clear by the number 66 Joshua Fox, as Brad Bothwell will lead through lap number 1, but he's got company. It is driver number 88, Joseph Kazi, hot in tow.
Kazi had a great restart as well. He's got the preferred lane, get off the turn as fast as possible. He is there on the quarter panel. Oh, but he has to let him go. The truck's still a little not to his liking early in the run.
Look at him charge that exit.
Yeah, great exit off the turn, but he does have to give up the entry of the turn. Oh, and looks like Bothwell got a little loose up the track.
Joseph Kazi down low now. He has the advantage into turn 3, and that bottom side is the third line. Can Bothwell send it hard on the outside? It looks like no. Joseph Kazi will clear out to the early lead here at the Rock.
Yeah, great exits off the turns by Joseph Kazi got him that lead, and Bothwell putting up an amazing defense on the outside, where the outside lane is definitely not preferred. Oh, here is our last season's champion, Seth Berger, in 4th. He's made up 2 spots already.
Yeah, Seth Berger, again, he started 6th, is working his way forward there in the 4th position. He's been setting quick times. Recently, Valiette set in a even faster one, but here comes Converse up ahead. You see Converse down to the inside, misses the bottom a little bit, trying to get to the inside of Bothwell. And now Seth Berger set his sights on that bright green number 31.
Yeah, and you don't want to turn the wheel very, very much at all, but the bumps here make you have to. And I don't know if Bothwell's used up a little too much tire than he wanted to in these opening laps, but that might be the case. He is starting to fall off of that lead 2 of Joseph Kazi and Chris Converse.
And we know Christian Converse is a very fast driver when he can get the truck or the car hooked up in his direction. And now with these open setups, it should be even better to his liking. There's a little bit of front end damage already to the 19 truck, or is that just on my end?
No, I believe you're seeing right. There's a little bit of damage there. I'm not sure if it's going to impact him too much, being that this track is not so solely focused on aerodynamics, but it definitely will hinder him. He might want to take on his first pit stop, go ahead and get that repaired, and take the time in the pits, just so he's not losing or using up too much tire. But he is on the back bumper of our leader right now.
Yeah, Christian Converse is up there trying to get up to Kazi. We look back here, and this is where the thick of the pack is happening. There's a big gap after, I believe that is Eric Peck. So something must have happened back here where Jason Miz has a large margin up ahead to the rest of the field, or I don't know, maybe something happened. Everybody was able to catch their trucks and keep going in the right direction. Greg Holt now has cleared his way by Brad Bothwell now set the sights on the 42 of Tyler Markle.
It does look like a couple of trucks do have some damage. I'm not sure if a truck got loose coming off of a turn, and some trucks had to kind of pile into each other just a little bit, but that may be why that big gap was there, Emerson.
We continue on here, and it is Greg Holt who is powered by driver number 42, Tyler Markle. Markle was very quick there in qualifying. Thought he had the pole there for a second, and then a bunch of times came in. The battle for lead, though, continues to get spicy.
Yeah, Converse hanging right on the back of that 88 truck, trying to set up his move. Once the tires do start getting worn down, you do have to set up the move. You can't just power it in there like Kazi did on Bothwell. He was using the advantage of the new tires, but it looks like the 19 truck is trying to get a run, just not able to get enough to get underneath the Kazi getting into the turns, though.
So here we go. I just had the luxury last week of watching and producing and commentating on the Newark Martinsville race yesterday. We saw very early Zoltan Hertzeg, lead very early and have TCB right up his inside, right behind him, but couldn't get to the inside. And here goes Christian Converse. He was able to get to the inside of Joseph Kazi. Kazi way up the track, trying to get that throttle down sooner, but Christian Converse is clear to the top spot with really no contest out of Joseph Kazi.
Yeah, Kazi might just see that Converse is a little bit faster right now. Going to let him go. Save your tires. Come back on him at the end of the run. That has to be what's going through Kazi's mind. He slid up the track, let him go by. Possibly a good move on his point. Seth Berger up to third, though. Greg Holt up to fourth.
Here, there's a lot of damage here on the 6 of Dan Park's truck. I don't know if we'll be able to go back quick enough to get a replay and see what happened. But the 6 of Daniel Park is on the pit lane. He's down in 31st now, 10 laps down. Back here, we have Jeremy C. Poole working to the inside of Jesse Adams. This is back for the 24th position, and Jesse Adams will hold on to that spot. He'll get cleared now in front of that 32 truck. He sets his sights now on Jeremiah Stutzman right up the road.
Yeah, and he made the move on the outside. You don't want to do that too often. It will eat the tires up more than the bottom, but he seems to be liking that middle line. Gives him a good run off the turn, but it will eat the tires up if you're not careful. And then a big old pack back here.
Yeah, this is going on back here for about the 25th position on back. Kevin Thompson leads this pack over Setzer, Barnett, Solms, and Jeremy C. Poole. Looked like everybody was kind of scattered. Jeremy C. Poole fell right through the field right here, and he's going up into the wall. The 32 truck goes.
Yeah, 32 truck, unfortunate. That's going to hurt the truck a little bit. It also looks like the 5 truck of Setzer has a little bit of damage on the front end of his truck.
Yeah, and this effectively does race like a short track. These guys have been beating and banging in this midfield. Here comes Setzer to the inside for 25th on Thompson. He'll get past and get there.
Yeah, and he is got a little tight off the turn. That's going to happen off turn 2. It does get very tight there on the long runs, but it looks like the cooler head prevailed there. He let him go. He knew that the 5 truck is faster right now.
Gonna ride on board here with driver of the number 10, Cody Vreeland, as he works to the back end there of that Target Energizer number 42 Chevrolet Silverado right up the road, way up the track. Is that a lapped vehicle already? Is that Dan Park way out there trying to give way to these leaders? No, that is not. That's Andrew Schroeder.
There possibly was some issues that happened in the back of the pack on that restart like we thought. And they're probably just some banged up trucks right now, and some of them are not able to stay up to pace like they want to, and are starting to give way to the leaders here.
So Tyler Markle holds on to the 6th position now, but he's got Cody Vreeland right behind. Again, these guys, I know Tyler and Cody, they go a little ways back here. They've been racing for years and years on end, back on the console days in my league, and I know they know how to race one another. This will be interesting to see how it goes. I haven't seen them race at all on iRacing.
Yeah, it's a good little battle here. It does look like Markle is able to fend him off, but as we saw with Causey and Converse, if Vreeland is able to get a good enough run off the turn, he could get underneath of Markle and make that pass very easily.
Looking out the rear window, if you will, of the 42 truck, looking back there, Cody trying to get that later apex to try to cross up under the 42 truck, and he can't get there. He gets to the outside. Tyler cannot clear all the way up, and Cody has to back off pretty much and give the spot back up, as there's a lap truck there, the 32 of Jeremy C. Poole.
Yeah, he's trying to set up these runs, Emerson. He's doing a really good job off of 2, able to get off of 2 a lot better than the 42 truck at the moment. 42 truck slides up. This may be the opportunity that Vreeland was hoping for, but there's a truck in the way on the high side. That's not what the 10 truck wanted to see.
So, while we're in this, I have not mentioned yet that there are stages in this race, but there will be no cautions for those stages. The stages will be scored under natural flag conditions. So, stage number 1 is coming up at the completion of lap 33, and it'll be scored under green. There will be no caution thrown for the lap 33 stage, and stage 2 will end at the completion of lap 75. in the same manner. So while we're looking at it, that's a battle in the middle of the top 10 for stage points. Christian Converse in a pack of lap traffic, by the way, now has a half-second advantage over Joseph Causey. Causey trying to, and around goes a lap truck.
Oh no, that's the last thing you want to see is a pack of lap cars.
Oh no. And the pack of lap vehicles potentially impacting the lead of this race. No caution out for that incident as of yet. It might be coming out soon here. I believe it is actually out. But Doug Solms around on the back straight. We're going to get a replay and see what happened.
Yeah, caution's out on the speedway, Emerson. All the trucks are slowing down. I can see on my end. Let's take a look and see what happened here.
So I believe this actually started up here with Joseph Causey and Kevin Thompson. Thompson was very low on the racetrack. Causey went up, and then Thompson, I don't know if he knew that Causey was there. And then, oh no, Solms right into the back of the 89.
Yeah, that just may have been not a good communication between the drivers. The drivers are able to talk to each other through the iRacing chat in the simulator. Causey may have just been thinking that he was going to stay low there, and instead he's like, oh, the leaders are here, I must move up high. But Causey was already there. Causey trying to split the middle, and possibly some net code involved as well, Nate, possibly.
Potentially. But what this is going to do is it's going to slow the field down, and we will now see pit stops underway here. 4 of the front runners, and it is Christian Converse, the leader, with that front end damage. By the way, left front a little messed up here as well. Watch Christian Converse and company come down to pit lane, and we'll see maybe a little late charge here for a stage victory out of some of these drivers. Causey's rear end is absolutely destroyed. I'd imagine he's going to spend a little bit of time getting that repaired as well, and we'll just have to see what happens here.
Yeah, it's a matter of if you want to go for the stage win. It does look like the 19's not going to take any damage repairs. He's just going to go straight on out, try and get the stage win. But it was going to come down to that, whether you want the stage win or do you want to get the truck fixed and be in contention for the win possibly later, when you might have to take a green flag pit stop and not really want to spend the time to get the truck repaired.
Right, well, we are going to take this opportunity to figure out what Christian Converse thinks, and we're going to bring him on up into the booth. Driver of the number 19, Christian Converse, leading here towards the end of stage number 1. What do you make of the situation that you have so far?
I'm probably gonna race hard just till 33, just to make sure I get the stage one, and after that, just take it easy and be patient. Still a lot of race to go.
Absolutely. I imagine that'd be the reason why you really charged to the front around Joseph Causey very early there. There's a little bit of damage on the left front of your truck. Where's that from, and how's it affecting you?
See, it says that I hit him. I didn't think I hit him. I came down pit road planning to get my damage fixed, and I had no damage. So I don't know if it's a glitch or what it is, because I don't have any damage.
Fair enough. Are y'all on the 2 to green right now, coming around to the 1 to green, or is there?
Yep, we're coming to 1 to green.
Well, y'all are gonna have the first opportunity to check out the choose rule. How do you feel about your decision here? Low side, high side? What do you think?
I think the low side is definitely going to be the way to go here. I don't think that's going to be really a factor. I think it's going to be that second or third place car if they want a chance at going to the outside or not.
Fair enough. Well, we're going to leave you to it, but before we let you to it, we'll give you the opportunity to shout out whoever you got to shout out, thank whoever you got to thank for your laps led so far.
I just want to thank Greg and Causey for helping make the setup. Thank broadcasters, grandma, dad, and everybody else.
Absolutely. Once again, driver number 19, the current race leader, Christian Converse, is going to leave you to it. Driver, best luck to you.
Thank you.
And as you saw there on your screen, the first choice made of the season for these drivers and their restart lanes. And you saw a lot of drivers elect that inside, and some drivers got really lucky. A nice little payday going up to that outside lane, Devin.
Yeah, I believe it was the 98 truck who saw probably 6 drivers dive down to the inside in front of me. He's like, you know what? I'm going to take the outside. I'm going to gain 6 spots. Maybe I can get down to the bottom before I lose them again. I mean, why not, right? When you're far back in the pack trying to get into the top 10, take that chance.
Well, here we go. As the iRacing.com safety vehicle pulls into the safety of pit lane, we have 3 laps to the completion of the stage, and we are racing from Rockingham.
Oh, big jump there from Jason Miz, but he got stopped up by the 77, but he's going to be able to get to the bottom down. And his Highline bid actually paid out for the 24 truck.
Everybody back here fighting very hard for their stage win. So you know the top 10 right here, Farron Elam, that nice jump up there. He's 3rd in the standings. We don't know if he's going to really maintain that spot, but if he gets himself a stage point here to help out with that, Jason Miz as well, trying to hold on to that points lead. This is going to be a nice little run. He's got a 6-point advantage over Joseph Causey, who's way back in the back of the pack after repairing some damage. Greg Holt, though, coming around to 1 lap to go in this stage. Can he steal this one away from Christian?
Yeah, Greg Holt is making a push. He wants the stage win, get back in the playoff, or he is in the playoff picture, but get further clear of it. And oh yeah, he's right on the back bumper there.
Down the back straightaway for the final time in this stage. He's not able to make a move. And so that being said, driver of the number 19, Christian Converse, will come off to number 4 and win stage number 1 over Greg Holt, Tyler Markle, Seth Berger, Cody Vreeland, Joshua Balliet, as Cody Vreeland says the fastest lap, Jason Miz over Joshua Fox, Farron Elam Jr., and Andrew Pratt. The top 10 as they come across the line for that stage victory. Now working lap 34 now. How hard will Christian Converse fight to stay up in that top spot with Greg Holt breathing right down his neck?
Yeah, the 42 truck of Tyler Markle has snuck into the picture as well. He's right there wanting a bid for this lead.
Yeah, Tyler, he really came up the running order pretty quickly. Remember, he started 6th, and he's up here now really duking it out with these boys, trying to see what he can get done up in this podium position right now. He's got last season's champion Seth Berger, and last year those two were teammates. They're not teammates necessarily this year. Tyler Markle, I believe he's working with Dark Horse Racing, considers himself a little bit of a dark horse after winning last season's Auto Club competition road course season opener. Has been on a winless streak since. So this is Tyler Markle on a 36, maybe 37 race winless streak, trying to end that today. Right now, running on in the top 3.
Yeah, and he's hanging right with these leaders. He did pick up quite a few spots under that last caution pit cycle, but he is hanging right there. I'm not sure how he picked him up. If he just had a really good pit stop, or if he took 2. I'm not able to see that at the moment, but very, very good run for him so far. I'm sure he's really trying to get this win.
Absolutely. This has been one of the best runs I've seen out of Tyler Markle in a long time, and I'm very impressed with it. Greg Holt still trying to work over 19 of Christian Converse. He's been gapped a little bit as Tyler. You see in the mirror up there on your screen, Tyler was very sideways into the corner, and he's not running that bottom. Tyler trying to hold on to what he's got in that 42 truck. We'll see if he can hold on to it with Seth Berger pressuring, but here we go for the lead. Converse now under heavy fire from Greg Holt.
Yeah, Holt gets a good exit off of 2, trying to set it up. I know Converse doesn't want to give up the lead. He wants to save as much as he can as far as his tire life goes, but he just wants to stay in control of this race and not give it up. He does seem to be pulling out, though, a very good exit off of 4.
Absolutely. Christian Converse, I think he's gotten these exits nailed down to perfection here. And Christian Converse is a driver, again, we've seen a lot of. Seth Berger also just fell from 4th to 6th. He just got overtaken by both Cody Vreeland and Joshua Balliet. And very interesting. Again, teammates right there in the 7 and 77 going at it. And the 10 as well, I believe. They're all teammates, actually. But very quick flip of the positions. I thought Seth was going to have his go at Tyler Markle, and now Markle gets a little bit of a chance to breathe, but Cody Vreeland back right behind. We saw Vreeland right up on the tailgate of the 42 before the caution came out.
Yeah, Cody Vreeland wants to complete what he was trying to before the caution. He is right back on the back of that target truck now again. Let's see if he can get another good exit. He was starting to get some really good exits at the end of that run before the caution came out. I'm sure he wants to keep that up, see if he can get around this 42, but the 42 is putting up a very good defense.
And Tyler Marco's doing a great job, but he's not getting glued to that bottom side. He got a little bit better there, but here comes Vreeland, a great run.
Yeah, he was just able to keep the truck lower through 3 and 4. That gives him the run off the turn, puts him door to door in 1 and 2.
He missed the bottom a little bit.
Yeah, he missed the bottom, and it also looked like Marco was trying to pinch him off the turn a little bit, and that allows him to keep that 3rd spot for the time being.
Again, this is a great run from Tyler Marco, like I said, on a 36-race winless streak. Trying to break that today and trying to fight for his life up here. Meanwhile, Greg Holt, Christian Converse going at it. There's been a change for the lead. Unfortunately, we did not catch that. We'll see if we can catch that. Let's go back and try to find that. Because that is an important thing to keep in mind here, and I think we found it here. Let's cue it up here, and this is... Again, this is a replay, and we'll see how the overtake for the race lead happen. Riding on board with driver of the number 3, Greg Holt, and this amazing run out of turn 2, very loose there for Converse down the straightaway. Into turn 3, he sent it down the inside, Greg Holt did, and they were side by side out of 4. Holt missed the bottom a little bit, but was able to still get the power down, and it went side by side down the front straightaway, and cleared to the race lead was driver of the number 3, Greg Holt.
Yeah, Converse leaving a lot of room there in 3 and 4 for Greg Holt. Probably not wanting to battle him again. It is still very early in this race. Wants to save those tires a little bit, not expend them as much as you much as you want to keep the lead. So why not just fall back into second, ride around a little bit, let Greg Holt, don't let him escape, but stay right with him. Just keep the pressure on him, see if he makes a mistake or if he wears off his tires.
You continue to watch that battle for the 3rd position there. Tyler Marco under heavy attack from Cody Vreeland, but Vreeland trying to find a clean way around him. They continue on. Now Tyler's really gotten that 42 truck glued to the bottom side. He wasn't earlier, so maybe he was trying to work his way down there. But Vreeland, he's getting great runs. He just doesn't really know where to go with them. If you go to the outside, you're not going to complete the pass there. You're trying to make Tyler maybe miss the bottom by a little bit and cut down to the inside, but here comes Balliet and Berger as well, right hot in tow, and Jason Miz. You know what? He's impressing me a lot right now. He was 25th in practice. He qualified, I believe, 12th or somewhere just outside the top 10, and he's up in the top 10, duking it out. He has his fair shot there. There's the battle for 3rd up the road. Vreeland to the inside of Markle. This could go south of Markle. He can't get down in line now. Markle gets down now. He crosses him over. Down the back straightaway, he follows back in line now, but the Pennsylvania driver, Cody Vreeland, will clear the Michigander, Tyler Markle, for the 3rd position.
Yeah, there was only so much that the 42 truck could do. He was putting on a masterful job of defense, but in the end, the 10 truck is just a little too good right now, and he's not able to hold him back anymore. But now he's under fire from the 7 truck of Balliet and the 77 of Berger, and like you said, the 24 truck of Miz is catching these guys very rapidly as well.
And I know Jason, and I know he may not always be the fastest of the bunch, but if there's something I do know Jason's very good at is saving up for that long run. I've seen him blow by me in the officials earlier this week at New Hampshire. Like he really knows his stuff when it comes to this long run type of racing, and he's really setting these boys up to try to see if he can move forward. And I don't know if he's gonna move up before the end of stage 2. But look for it towards the end of the tire run here as they go by the lap vehicle there of Doug Solms, riding on board with the 7 of Balliet, by the way. Look for him, towards the end of the long runs of the pit cycles here, as you get into pit cycles for Jason Miz to move up the running order.
Yeah, he's just biding his time. Said he wanted to learn the track when we talked to him in the pre-race. Said he was trying to learn the track, get his race set up down pat. And it looks like he's done a very good job of that. He is under a little fire, though, from behind at the moment, from the 51 truck of Rogers. And I believe he's going to get that spot from him.
Ray Rogers up the inside, trying to steal away the 8th position from the 24 Jason Miz, and he does so. Now we have to go back up front because it's gotten very tight up here. Converse right on the nose, right up to the tailgate of the 3 of Greg Holt, Christian Converse. He has found some pace once again, and he wants to go forward.
Yeah, like I said before, he probably just let Greg Holt go, knowing that Greg Holt might be using his stuff a little bit more than he wanted to try and get the lead, and Converse is conserving his tires, and now he's got another beautiful runoff 4, not going to be able to make it happen. but he's going to look to get another run off of 2 here.
Trying to make something of it, but Converse now the one applying the pressure and into the wall. Was that the 42 of Tyler Markle? No, that was a lap vehicle. So that was not Tyler Markle. We continue on though with this battle for the race lead, and Holt under heavy pressure. And it's not often we see Greg Holt being the one pressured for the race lead. My goodness, we watched him win 7 races in 19 starts last season, and looking to outdo that number as well. But if his teammates of anything, Christian Converse, both of them out of performance sim sport, Christian Converse has anything to say about it, Greg Holt might not be able to hit that mark too easily.
Yeah, he dominated the race here last season in the Outlaws Sim Series. I don't know if he's going to be able to do that now. He is putting on the defense for the lead as Greg Holt is being pressured very profusely from Christian Converse. Doesn't look like Converse has backed off a little bit, probably just trying to set up that run.
Yeah, Greg Holt led well over 100 laps, maybe closer to 150 laps here last season. We ran 192, so that probably is a little too high. But he ran somewhere in between 100 and 150 laps last season in the 192 lap event there. Max Service was his real only other competition. Maybe Reece Schaefer as well got some laps led. But neither of those drivers in the field tonight. It's Christian Converse who's come up to bat and has been looking to seal away this race lead from Greg Holt after Converse took the stage win. Maybe he's trying to go for that stage 2 victory coming up in 17 laps.
And they're going to have some lap traffic to contend with here as they're side by side coming down the turn.
Converse might have been able to get to the inside of Holt there and really use that lap truck as a pick, but he could not get down there. He tried though.
And that's an element that that lap cars present. You can use them as picks and make the play for the lead. The leader's the one who has to get by him. Second place just kind of goes where they're not and tries to take the lead away. We've seen it happen many times in real life, and Christian Converse is definitely trying to do that now.
Here we go once again. Converse, a great run on Holt to the inside. Does he have the preferred line into one? Can he send it down in there? Oh, so close! And they both make it through to the other side of the corner, but for how much longer? Here comes Converse down the inside.
Some amazing defense here from Greg Holt. Even though these guys are teammates, they do not want to give up the lead to each other. It is amazing to watch, but Converse is just so strong off of 4. He's there again on the quarter panel. Can he make it stick?
We've seen Kevin Thompson already have a part in today's race for the win. Making contact with Joseph Causey here once again. The leaders, the first 2 drivers will make their way by cleanly as well. Christian Converse still in tow of Greg Holt, trying to find a way around him, but can Holt maybe hold on? I think maybe Holt's trying to hold on for the stage victory, and then he might say forget it. But we'll see here. I mean, they're fighting hard, and again, teammates know each other very well. I believe it was both of them were brought in by Joseph Causey, of course, into the series. And both of them putting on a great show here today at Rockingham. We did not see this last season at Rockingham. We saw either it was Max Service or Greg Holt kind of drive away. And we've been having a steady battle for the race lead today.
Yeah, and the third place, Cody Vreeland, about 2 seconds behind these guys. He's been slowly catching them as they do battle. But it does look like from 4th on back, they've kind of fallen off away from these leaders. And there's some good battles back there as well, but this battle for the lead is just too much excitement to give up as Christian Converse is again right on the bumper of Greg Holt.
He's trying to charge the center of the corner, and he gets a nice late apex right down the back straightaway here. Into turn number 3, Converse trying to get that truck to rotate. He's going to get to the bumper, maybe the tailgate. Not used up yet on the 3 truck of Greg Holt, but maybe soon. Christian Converse, he breaks a little earlier there, trying to get the later exit, the later apex here, as we watch from the nose of Christian Converse, looking forward at Greg Holt, trying to get an examination of the underside, just how close Converse is to the rear end of that 3.
He's just getting all the runs right now, but you got to be careful. Like I said, you can use up the tires doing this if he is not careful, trying to get in high and dive it off low to get these runs.
down the back straightaway. We have just taken 100 laps to go. We have about 98 laps to go this time by the start finish line. There's a lot of dense lap traffic up here. There's the 96 of Matt Rogers, then the 31 of Brad Bothwell is just up the road, and the 32 of Jeremy C. Poole. This is, by the way, Brad Bothwell, this is not a great day. He started on the pole, and he's just gone one lap down in the first 70 laps of the race before we even get to the completion of stage 2, which, by the way, stage 2 completes in about 7 laps time. To the inside comes Converse.
Oh, 3 wide, they make it work. The lap car gets out of the way, and Converse is there. Will he have the lead as they come to the line? I believe he will. Converse is our new leader.
Greg Holt trying to fight hard on the outside. He's driving it hard into the corner, but he's going to wash up the track. Converse will clear, and with 7 laps to go in stage 2, coming around to 6 laps to go in stage 2, Christian Converse is back out in front.
Yeah, like you said, those lap trucks were going to play a part. It looks like they were for a second. They were 3 wide, but all the drivers, very good driving from all 3. They make it work. Chris Converse, the new leader. Greg Holt back to second.
This is phenomenal to me. This battle for the lead has been great, but I wanted you to take a look at the scoring pylon on the left-hand sides of your screens. Cody Vreeland is the next closest competitor, third place in this race, 9 seconds back of the race leaders. It's phenomenal. It's mind-blowing to me that those two have been battling so hard and they've just gapped the rest of the field. It's mind-blowing to me. And we got a big pack back here. Ray Rogers and the 2 of Seth Fitzpatrick way up the track, and we have a caution on the speedway.
That looks like Rogers was involved.
Matt Rogers. Let's see if we'll get a replay here and see what happened. Let's see if anything happened to Matt Rogers. He might have just been pitting. Try to see what happened here. Try to find out what might have happened in this incident. Not entirely sure what happened here, but we see Gilliard the way up the track as well, trying to see what happened.
Yeah, I'm not too sure what happened either. I didn't see any contact being made.
I think this moment we'll go right back and we'll try to figure out what happened for this caution in a moment. But what's happening here is the drivers are back down the pit lane, and this stage might end under caution. It'll be very interesting. The stage results might be picked on what you choose on the choose cone.
I very well could be. Actually, with the completion of lap 75 would be the end of the second stage. It will be under caution, and that should be when they are picking their line. The 19, though, probably not going to have to worry about it. It does look like he's going to beat everybody off of pit road. He will be the stage winner for stage 2 when they come around to lap 75, more than likely.
More than likely indeed, and I've now gotten confirmation from race control about what might have happened in this incident, and we'll go back and we'll get this queued up the right way. But this might have been an incident on the back straightaway, and the 18 of Joshua McClune catching up to the 55 of Jesse Adams. And here's on the back straightaway, and oh no, very similar to what just happened. Big air time for the 55 of Jesse Adams, and more contact on the back straightaway, and Josh McClune's bright green interstate batteries number 18 Toyota Tundra is in the inside and outside fence.
Yeah, it looked like a very similar situation to what happened to Joseph Causey. Just got the good run off the corner, got to the outside, and possibly some net code. I'm not too sure, but definitely looked like both trucks just didn't know each other was there. Oh, a big wash up there.
I think he was trying to maybe clear, and Adams wasn't all the way to the wall as well. I don't know. That's huge. But
yeah.
Some other news is that Christian Converse is not a shoo-in for the stage victory. We had drivers trying to stay out, and it is driver number 71, Jeremiah Stutzman, As we come off of turn number 4, we might get this stage victory decided on a restart. But I believe we're coming here to choose the lanes, and we'll see here if the choices are made here, and the lights on the safety vehicle are off, and there's a choice of Stutzman chooses up high, Converse down low, Holt down low, Tyler Markle will move to the second car on the outside, and the choice is being made there.
Yeah, so they're going to come to the line to take the green flag. That will be the end of the stage. And wow, Jeremiah Stutzman pulling a bold move to get the stage win. He's going to be the stage winner. Christian Converse is going to have to settle for second place.
We'll
Unfortunate that it fell like that.
No, they've extended the caution, so it will end under yellow. My apologies. I was going to say that it was going to depend on the restart, but it will end under caution.
A very interesting move from Jeremiah Stutzman. I'm not sure what he's going to do as far as fuel and tire strategy goes from the rest of the race. I mean, this is probably a decent move for stage 1. Stage 2, kind of a head scratcher, but hey, if he wants the stage win, go for it. Get those points, get into the playoffs, and make it happen in those last 7 races. So I can't fault him for trying to get the points.
Well, that means the stage 1 victory, I'm sorry, the stage 2 victory will go to driver of the number 71, Jeremiah Stutzman. And look at all the wave arounds and all those trucks down on the inside. And again, the wave arounds, the penalty cars, the cause cars for the incident for the caution, they do not get to choose lanes. They all have to restart at the end of the longest line, which this time around was the inside lane. It is Jeremiah Stutzman, the race leader, on the outside, and Christian Converse came in second in that stage. It'd be interesting to see, because of where the choose cone was, if Tyler Markle maybe beat Greg Holt to the line, say in that row, does Tyler Markle get third in the stage, or was it Greg Holt because he was on the inside? It'll be interesting to see what race control decides to call there. We'll wait for the official stage results from race control if either Holt or Markle got third there, maybe because of where the line was and where each driver crossed. But here we go. It is driver of the number 71, Jeremiah Stutzman, on the front row, and as the iRacing.com safety vehicle will pull into the safety of pit lane, we are green from Rockingham once again.
A great start from Stutzman, but he's on old tires. That's going to allow Christian Converse to be right there, and he's clear of them before they even get around the turn.
Way down the running order goes the 71 of Jeremiah Stutzman. Christian Converse is cleared to the point. He's got Greg Holt hot in pursuit. And we do have the official stage results. And up into the wall goes the 71 of Jeremiah Stutzman.
Yeah, just old tires there. Not able to hang it on the outside like he wants to. And he just makes contact. He's going to be able to get down now. But probably a little bit too hairy for what some of these drivers up front really wanted to deal with on that restart.
So I have now been told that the stage 2 results are under review because of something like I mentioned, you know, who was where on crossing the start finish line, and we will get that confirmation. We'll see if it's going back to the choose cone or the lap before. But the battle for lead, Holt to the inside of Christian Converse. And Holt trying to get clear. Now, this is for the victory, if you will. This is straight up racing. There's no more stage points up for grabs. Who is going to have the tires at the end if we stay green?
And we saw this in the last run. The 3 truck got by the 19 very early in the run. And the 19 was able to track him down, stay with him, and get by later in the run. The 42 truck right there in third, but it looks like the 7 truck of Balliet is going to get by him and bring along his teammate in the 77 at Seth Berger.
Yeah, Tyler Markle under heavy pressure now from all of Burnt Rubber Racing and then some. Balliet, Berger, and Cody Vreeland all trying to get a piece of the target Chevrolet Silverado down the back straightaway. And so while I await race control to confirm the stage results, we will hold those. But for sure, it was Jeremiah Stutzman winning the stage. That is what I can confirm. It's now the rest of the running order and where the top 10 fell.
Yeah, and hopefully we get that soon. It'd be interesting to see what the call is, if they're going to review it back to how they exited pit road, the lap before the choose rule, or if they're going to abide by the choose rule and how the drivers were at the end of that 75 lap. I'll be looking forward to those results as well, but it does look like Valiette has found some speed here off of that pit stop. He may be able to hang with these leaders and put a little pressure on them.
Yeah, Valiette. Again, he was saying before we were in that Discord talking to Burnt Rubber Racing, seeing how they felt about Rockingham. Valiette wasn't even sure if he was going to run the race. He's running pretty much a part-time schedule, but here he's got some speed and he's caught right up to Holt and Converse. He might have something to say for these Performance Sim Sport boys. Look at this run through the center of the corner. Now that might be shredding his tires, but look at this run on Christian Converse.
I don't think that this is what Christian Converse and Greg Holt wanted to see, is another team up here doing battle with them, putting pressure on them when they don't really want it. They want to save their tires for the end of the race, but that is exactly what Burnt Rubber Racing is doing right now. They are both right there, the 7 of Valiette and 77 of Berger.
You look back off the rear end of Greg Holt's truck, and there is 6 trucks nose to tail for the race lead. Holt trying to break away from Converse, but Converse has his end. We have a caution on the speedway. Let's see here. Oh, Jason Miz's truck is heavily damaged. Oh no, actually he's been on the pit lane for a minute now. This might be... Oh, Andrew Pratt has some heavy damage to the rear end. Gonna get a replay here and try to figure out what exactly happened. Oh, and it was Andrew Pratt going around, and you don't want to see that. This brings out the 3rd caution of the day, and this caution I think will break last season's caution lap record, if you will. I mean, we've only had 2 run races. Oh, a big checkup there. Oh my goodness, big checkup. This stemmed all the way up ahead of Andrew Pratt, and he really had no idea what was happening. It's not really any of his fault. He just was the filling in a sandwich right there.
Yeah, it looks like the 2 truck may have gotten loose on entry, checked up a bit, and that just checked up everyone behind him, and Andrew Pratt had nothing he could do, nowhere to go. Let's take a look at the 2 truck there. I think he's going to get loose getting into the turn. Or no, it was the 51 trying to stay off of the 2 truck.
Wow. Again, Andrew Pratt had no idea there was going to be a huge checkup there, and neither of it the driver who was behind him. I believe that was the oh goodness, who was it? Maybe the 29 of Richardson. Not entirely sure who was the one making contact to Andrew Pratt's rear end there, but Andrew Pratt nonetheless not expecting that in the least.
Definitely not, but I can tell you one driver who is probably ecstatic that this caution came out, and that's probably the 71 truck of Jeremiah Stutzman. Having hit the wall, got the stage win, was on old tires, hit the wall. He's probably loving that the caution came out right now, because this may have saved his race and given him a shot to get back and pick up some more points for the end.
Well, the race off of pit lane has Greg Holt over Christian Converse, but Seth Fitzpatrick, who may have unintentionally been the reason of the caution, is the current race leader. Of course, race control will determine who the actual drivers at fault are, but Seth Fitzpatrick decides that he's going to stay out here and not pit this time around either.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it was the 2 truck there. I think the 51 was getting under him, the 2 truck putting up a good defense. 51 got out of the throttle to try and stay off the 2, and then it just backed everybody up behind him. Probably very unintentional from everyone involved, and more so unintentional because the 51 was trying to avoid an accident to begin with.
So we have the final results from stage 2 now. Review has concluded. It is the 71 of Jeremiah Stutzman with the stage victory, the 19 of Christian Converse in second, the 3 of Greg Holt in third. Then it was the 10 of Cody Vreeland in fourth, the 42 of Tyler Markle fifth, the 77 of Seth Berger in sixth, the 7 of Joshua Balliet in seventh, the 2 of Seth Fitzpatrick got eighth, the 51 of Ray Rogers was ninth, and the 69 of John Mickey was 10th in that stage. But now the drivers well into stage 3 now, and that's all behind. We were just getting the confirmation there on the stages. I believe we're coming around to the Wonder Green here, and choices will be made. What lanes will be chosen? Seth Fitzpatrick on old tires is the current race leader. He has 15 lap older tires than everybody else, and He chose the inside, and 2 trucks behind chose the outside right there. But Converse and Seth both chose the outside, trying not to be behind Seth Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, trying to avoid what happened to Jeremiah Stutzman probably on the last restart where he spun the old tires and wasn't able to get a good restart. They think maybe being all of them on new tires on the outside line, they can put up an amazing run and get by the number 2 truck as they get off of turn 2, get that run. Seth Berger, though, he's going to pick up some spots. He's going to take that gamble and pull up into what would be the 3rd place starting position as they come back around. Let's see what he can do, as we haven't talked about him much being up in the top 3. He's kind of been hanging around in the top 5, but this is as high up as he's been so far.
Very interesting to see what happens here with Seth Fitzpatrick and Seth Berger. The Seth's down on the inside. But here we go, as the iRacing.com safety vehicle will not pull off into the safety pit lane, because we will go one more time around under the caution period and make sure that the order is correct. All the lapped vehicles and the wrecked vehicles and the penalty vehicles are all at the end of the correct line. Seth Fitzpatrick, the current race leader, over Greg Holt in that number 3 truck. This is going to be interesting here. Let's take a look at the weather once again. We saw the weather at the beginning of the race. It was 92 degrees track temp. It's 93, so the track temp has not really changed much. But Devin, again, very cool track temp. Now that we've got 90 laps of racing on them, this is intriguing.
Yeah, and it's back down to 92. I mean, it's kind of staying consistent. The bumps are still there. We're seeing that the bottom line is the place to be. And, you know, it's just about dialing up that run, trying to set up the driver in front of you so you can get by them. If you can't set it up right, then you're not going to be able to pass. And we've seen that all race long. As we get ready for this restart, I'm excited to see what's going to happen here with that 2 truck in the lead.
Absolutely. One more quick note here. We've had 3 cautions for 12 laps, 8 lead changes so far in this race, and potentially another one coming. Seth Fitzpatrick will lead the field to the green here at Rockingham. A brilliant defense from Seth Fitzpatrick will give Seth Berger the race lead, and a truck spinning out of turn 4. That's Brandon Richardson. Oh, no!
Oh, and he's probably stuck on the barrels, too. He's going to have to tow. Only a single car incident, so we will stay green, I believe.
Yeah, we will see. We'll wait for the official word if there is a caution, but we'll take a replay and see what happened to Brandon Richardson, and that is very, very difficult. That's a hard one to swallow. We're right on board with 29 of Richardson, and Seth Berger goes fastest, so there is no caution for this incident.
Yep, just getting on those bumps, upset the truck off of 4. I talked about it in the opener. You can get very, very loose on new tires off of turn 4 in these bumps, and it looks like that's exactly what happened.
Unfortunately, that is that's going to be...
Oh, the 3 truck. Sorry to cut you off, Emerson. It just looked like the 3 truck got into the wall. Him and the 7 of Malenko made contact right when we were coming back.
So we'll try to see here. We'll go back to the action here. And this was Seth Fitzpatrick still out in front of the 3 of Greg Holt. Seth Fitzpatrick was doing a great job holding on to 2nd. Balliet sent a huge dive down the inside and went side by side in the turn 1. Did Balliet miss the bottom here? They kind of met in the middle there, but Balliet was a little off the bottom, and Greg Holt unfortunately slaps the right side of his truck up against the outside wall.
It doesn't look like too much damage. He should be okay, but now he is way far back in the pack. He's going to have a lot of work to do to catch back up to the leaders of this race.
Well, this is very intriguing. Seth Berger out of nowhere. I don't even know out of nowhere because we saw it coming on the last run, but Seth Berger is the race leader. We thought this was going to be the Greg Holt, Christian Converse, Joseph Causey show. Causey's been relegated a couple laps down due to the incident. Greg Holt's been thrown to the back of the top 10. Christian Converse is now stuck in behind the teammate to Seth Berger, driver number 7, Joshua Balliet. And Seth Berger, if he's going to make a championship run here, even though he's 21st in points after Daytona, it is only Daytona. if he can get a victory here at Rockingham, we could be easily talking about a back-to-back season here for Seth.
Exactly, and I know this is exactly what Seth Berger wanted right now. He got a great restart behind Seth Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick is hanging on to the curtails of the top 5. Looks like he just got passed for 5th, though, by Tyler Markle, but he put up a monster defense trying to stay in that second place position. And but he did wash up in turn 3 and 4, and that just opened the door for Berger, and he took it.
We continue on, and it's still Balliet under heavy attack from Converse, but Converse not able to find a clean way by Balliet. And I'd imagine if with Converse and Holt being in the same Discord, and if Holt figured that what happened with Balliet was a dirty move, I feel like Converse would probably take a little bit more liberty with that, but Converse maybe not, at least maybe communicated that if that was how he felt. I think it was just hard racing anyway. We were going for the same exact spot on the racetrack in the turn 1, and we now watch Christian Converse, another teammate to Greg Holt, go at it here in between a couple of the burnt rubber boys. Freeland right behind Converse, and you see Tyler Markle up in the distance. He found his way around, but 2 of Seth Fitzpatrick.
And Josh Balliet is making his truck about 20 feet wide right now, taking up the entire track. Oh, Cody Vreeland is going to get the run.
Oh, and there's a slow truck on the inside. That might be Richardson trying to get back up to speed. Vreeland trying not to hit Converse. Out of 4, everybody still somehow makes it through 3 and 4 in one piece in this battle. And oh no, there goes Converse into the left rear of Balliet. He holds on to the truck, but not before slapping the right side of that truck in the wall. And I'm gonna take a replay before I make any comments here. We will see what exactly happened.
I mean, that was some monster racing, and I know the 19 truck was probably getting fed up of being behind the 7. He saw the gap, went for it, and wasn't enough of a truck gap there, doesn't look like, but he definitely went for it. Did cost him 2nd place, though, as Cody Vreeland's going to get 5. But that's just very unfortunate for the 7 truck and Josh Balliet. A monster effort to stay in front and be in 2nd place here. Worked his way up, was patient all race long. And just unfortunate there, he left the bottom open for a 2nd, and the 19 went for it.
Yeah, the bottom was open. Converse didn't really get that truck turned down to the yellow line, but unfortunately, that's that's just how it's gonna go for Balliet. And being that he's a part-time driver, I'd imagine he's probably gonna pull it off the track very soon and not really fight this one out much more. Christian Converse did find his way back around Cody Vreeland, and we continue on here at the Rockingham Speedway. Balliet has fallen all the way down. I'm trying to see where he's fallen all the way down to 13th position. He's actually still he's trucking still. There's still some speed in that truck, but that thing is very badly beat up. The left side's used up, the right side's eating the wall.
And I'm sure all 4 tires are quite heated at the moment, as he did take a nice power slide through 1 and 2.
So Christian Converse now up to 2nd. He sets his sights now on the 77 of Seth Berger. And does he have anything for the final third of the burnt rubber squad? He's found his way creatively past the 7 of Balliet. He's worked his way back by the 10 of Vreeland, and now sets his sights on Seth Berger, as everybody working their way through lap traffic. The lap vehicles look like they're just whizzing by these guys.
Yeah, they're giving plenty of room, letting these guys battle it out. They don't want to be the cause of a driver not having a chance to win this race. Being very respectful, and the 19 truck of Christian Converse is catching Seth Berger quite rapidly right now, and we should have a battle for the lead here very shortly.
And again, this has been a phenomenal showing. We've had now 9 complete lead changes here, and Converse trying to make that a double-digit number. And this is not what I expected coming into Rockingham. I thought this was going to be maybe 1 or 2 drivers this race at max. Didn't expect this many yellows as well. I mean, 3 versus 2 last season, still not that much. but it's crazy to me that we're having this kind of racing, and I am very much welcoming the open setup truck change for this season. I hope this kind of racing maintains, though. When we get to the Mount of Halves, we'll have to see then. Seth Berger now under heavy pressure from Christian Converse. That gap has evaporated, and now Converse is trying to find his way past the 77. Berger blocks to the apron, to the outside. Now looks Converse as Berger has a shallow line. They both wash up the track, still side by side. Converse now trying to cross him over.
Yeah, Seth Berger trying to make his truck as wide as Balliet was earlier, but he's not going to be able to keep it that way. The 19 on the inside, he's clear halfway through the turn. New leader at Rockingham.
You know what? Seth did about as great of a job as he could be with that much. I mean, Converse was just flying. I can't believe that the 77 was not up into the fence at that point as well. A great job by Converse, of course, giving the room to recognizing the situation, even though he got blocked to the bottom of the racetrack. Did not send the 77 up into the turn 1 barrier. So that was something Seth Berger defended about as well as he could. This truck is just on absolute rails. Converse went about half a tenth quicker than Berger that last lap.
And I have to say, another truck that's on rails, you can see him in the back of the picture there, the number 3 truck of Greg Holt. He has worked his way back up from 10th, from those troubles at the beginning of this run right after the yellow. He's back up to 3rd.
Yeah, Greg Holt holding station here up in 3rd position, or I'd say making his way up past the 10 of Vreeland, into the 3rd position. Trying to see what he can do now with Seth Berger. I'd imagine if the same setup is under the 19 truck and the 3 truck, that Holt will have the same sort of pace against Seth as we work our way back into turn number 3, working lap 115 of 65, coming around to 50 laps to go as Christian Converse crosses the line. 50 laps to go here at the Rock, and Christian Converse has retaken the race lead. That is our 10th lead change on today. We've had 3 cautions for 12 laps. And this is Greg Holt now working his way up to the tailgate of Seth Berger.
Now let's see if Seth puts up a defense like he did for the lead. I don't imagine he will. He might let the 3 truck a little bit more room. It looks like he is. He's going to let the 3 truck get to his inside as they come down in the 1 and 2. And the 3 truck is clear as they enter the turn.
Yeah, Greg Holt will power his way by into the 2nd position now. Berger falls back to his burnt rubber racing teammate Cody Vreeland, and now Seth Fitzpatrick, he's doing a phenomenal job holding on to this 5th position on 15 lap older tires. This is a valiant effort from Seth Fitzpatrick. John Mickey has worked his way forward. I believe Mickey maybe was the driver who had some contact earlier. Mickey up into the 6th position past Tyler Markle, and our stage 2 Victor in 8th position here. This is Jeremiah Stutzman up ahead of a very solid run for Farron Elam Jr. Did not expect another top 10 run for Farron Elam, but with 50 laps to go, he's still got some work to do. Hold on to the spot, but a very, very valiant effort, very impressive from Farron Elam to continue on here. Kyle Lingerfeld rounding out the top 10 just ahead of quick time driver in practice there of Joshua Fox. And I know he hates that I mentioned this, but now I have to mention it. And this is a driver that is, I won't even say his iRating. It sat in triple-digit iRating amongst drivers with 3,000, 4,000 iRatings. This is, a phenomenal job from Farron Elam.
Yeah, he's doing a great job just putting it where he needs to be, doing what he needs to do in the race, making adjustments as need be as the track changes and the race goes on. Now he's in the top 10. Let's see if he can hang on to it. He's doing a great job, has a nice little gap back to Kyle Lingerfeld. This is probably going to be a great result for him. I think he would take it hands down.
Absolutely. We continue on, and now we have to think about when the caution came out. We're on 33 lap old tires. We might be able to go to the end on a set of fuel tires, but if we don't get a caution, there might be some fuel saving conversations in the mix, because I believe you can go about 75 or 80 laps on fuel, and these drivers are going to go about that many laps on fuel or to the end of this race. It'll be interesting to see how this race plays out. Hard into the wall goes a vehicle. I believe that was a lap vehicle there. That was not Seth Berger. No, it was up ahead of Seth Berger, though. This might be... It was the 63 of Randall Barnett, unfortunately. Randall making his return to the Outlaws series of leagues. He decided to not partake in the first Outlaws Sim Series season as he improved on the sim. Yeah, he has since returned and trying to make a nice little run here this season. We'll see how it fares tonight, not going the way he would like.
Yeah, 2 tough tracks to start the season, with a super speedway track where everything can and will happen, and then a very unique and very bumpy track that if you're not ready for it on the sim, it's going to show. And not the start that he wanted, but he will look to turn it around as we get further and further along.
And Randall Barnett has also decided to hit the pit lane now, so a bad night gone worse for the 63 of Randall Barnett. Here we go. This is the battle for 7 for Stage 2 winner. Jeremiah Stutzman trying to find his way past the 42 of Tyler Markle. Markle, again, has shown great pace today, up inside the top 10 all day, up in the top 5 a little bit today as well. Trying to hold on to a 7th place run.
Yeah, and Stutzman, the Stage 2 winner, was saved a little bit by that early caution into the last stage of the race. He fell all the way back, was able to come down, get 4 fresh tires at the same time as everyone else, and also, fix some of that damage. It looks like the truck is back to where he wants it, and looks very good, trying to take away this 7th position.
Tries he might continues on, but look at how early he's backing up these corners, as Marco is probably driving very hard, trying to hold on to the spot. Stutzman, he really backs up that entry and then tries to get that nice little exit.
Yeah, it looks like he drove it in a little deeper there, trying to stay right on the back bumper of that 42 truck. He's going to get the run off of 4. He's on the inside. Can he make it stick? He's going to have a shallow line. He's going to have to back it off, and that gives Markle the spot back for the time being.
They work their way past the pole sitter, Brad Bothwell. This is not the run I expected from Brad Bothwell. After starting a pole, he is 4 laps down. This is the definition of not his day. And Stutzman loose off of 4 there. That's going to give the advantage to Markle to open up the advantage, open up the gap a little bit back into turn number 1. Working out under 40 laps to go. Coming around to, this would be 37 laps to go this time by the start-finish line. And Tyler doing a nice little job holding on here. Can he hold on now 37 more times?
Yeah, it's going to be very hard to do. Stutzman hits the apron a little bit coming off of 4 there. That's going to open the gap back up a little bit more. He's going to have to stay a little bit more consistent if he wants to get that spot and set that 42 truck up. We know Markle can put up a very good defense, so it's not going to be easy to get by that 42 target machine. But going back to Bothwell, just a very, very bad run for him. Great qualifying lap, putting it on pole, and then it just kind of fell away from him. He wasn't able to, he led a couple laps, but then just fell off the pace, and not really sure what happened with the setup. Maybe the race setup just not what it needed to be today. Just very unfortunate for that 31 truck.
So today has been definitely a Performance Sim Sport day, and the likes of Christian Converse, Greg Holden, even Joseph Causey early on. But the time to do a little housekeeping, as we've had another confirmed retirement out of the race. At the back of the field, we have Daniel Park, 33rd. He is 126 laps down. Doug Solms, 84 down in 30th. Matt Rogers has DNF'd as well, 64 laps down. Brandon Richardson is out of the event as well after making contact, if you will, with the pit attenuator, with the pit barrels there. He'll be 28th, 25 down. Andrew Pratt has left the session. He is currently scored in 25th. He is 7 laps down, but Jeremy C. Poole, Jason Miz, they're 26th and 27th, and they are still running 8 and 10 laps down respectively. Randall Barnett is 5 laps down and 24th. Everybody else, well, we have Andrew Schroeder, James Gilliard, Brad Bothwell, and Jesse Adams. They're all 4 laps down. Kevin Thompson is 3 laps down. Joseph Causey in the 18th position is 1 lap down, trying to not go 2 laps down to his teammates. And that very damaged rear end there for Joseph Causey. Also 1 lap down is the 5 of Matthew Setzer. And the last car, actually another driver who's a lap down, is the 25 of Eric Peck. But the last car on the lead lap is this driver of the number 7, Joshua Balliet. Christian Converse is right up the road.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see what happens this time around. The 19 did move the 7 truck out of the way a little bit as they got into turn 1. The 7 truck putting up a good defense for second place. 19 truck is there. I don't know if the 7's going to let him have it. He's going to hold him up.
Well, remember, they made contact, So this will be interesting, and he's blocking. He's not going to give it easy. I don't know if he's going to like absolutely take him out, but he's not going to give it easy. He is not happy with the way Converse made his way past. They're going side by side. Now the front straightaway watching, and is that caution on the speedway? Oh, you know, I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
I think he tried to drive it in a little hard there just to keep on to that inside, but it just didn't work. And he swashed up the track, not able to keep the spot. Big defense, though, to remain from going a lap down. I'm pretty sure there's still some not very good love in the room between those two drivers right now.
I'm sure Balliet does not feel the best about being absolutely used up and then disposed of by, unfortunately, the front end there, the 19 Toyota Tundra. But the Converse was definitely faster. It was only a matter of time, I'd say, but he was still fighting for the livelihood of his race, so it's not for me to debate anyway. We will continue on. That was just very interesting. The initial contact between the two and the almost near contact there back into turn number 1.
Yeah, very interesting indeed, but the 19 is running away with it a little bit, but the 3 truck has caught back up from back in 10th spot just, I don't know, 50 laps ago, and he is back up to second, only half a second off the lead is that 3 truck of Greg Holt. And Seth Fitzpatrick up to third.
I was going to say, Seth Fitzpatrick on old tires. Now, here's the unfortunate thing. If he hasn't taken fuel, he cannot make it to the end on fuel. But Seth Fitzpatrick is doing a phenomenal job. He's driven back up to third, and now, while he might be driving up to third, might be some drivers are trying to save fuel if it's very close, but still a phenomenal run from Seth Fitzpatrick. Got himself 4 laps led, and he's doing a fantastic job staying up in the up here with his 15-lap older tires.
Yeah, no, I think he knows that he can't make it on fuel, so he's just driving it full out right now, knowing he's going to have to pit again. Maybe the 77 and the 69, the 10, all of them backing off a little bit, trying to see if maybe they can stretch it and win this thing on fuel mileage.
So there's been an update to the Stage 2 results. I figured Tyler Markle was a little bit farther down the Stage 2 running order, or the Stage 2 results there. It has since been adjusted once again. A little bit of smoke there in the turn 3. I think drivers trying to make their way onto the pit lane. The Stage 2 has been adjusted for Jeremiah Stutzman to be the stage winner still. Christian Converse still in second. Greg Holt, the third place finisher in stage number 2. Tyler Markle finished 4th in the stage. Cody Vreeland 5th. Seth Berger 6th in the stage. Seth Fitzpatrick 7th. Joshua Balliet 8th in the stage. Ray Rogers 9th in the stage, and Andrew Pratt will get the final stage point instead of John Mickey. Andrew Pratt got 10th in stage number 2. The final verdict from race control, but we are now within 25 laps of the finish. We're coming around to, this would be 22 laps to go, and the battle for the lead is shaping up with 22 laps to go.
And Greg Holt has found his way all the way back. He is challenging for the lead. He wants to win this race. I don't know what happened there. It looks like
Caution
he's
on the
trying to...
speedway. Big accident in turn 3. Multiple trucks around.
Oh, and that's going to change up everyone's strategy. They're going to come down. This is going to be a sprint to the finish.
Oh, this was a big accident, but you know who absolutely hates this caution is Greg Holt. He had that pass all but made. And here off of turn number 4, this is a mix between fresh and old tires. Barnett on fresh tires down on the inside. Adams on old tires, and man, big impacts there, and 4 trucks involved in this accident.
Yeah, and that was right in front of our 4th place driver, Seth Berger, and a bunch of lead lap drivers right in that could have been involved in that wreck. Luckily, none of them were, it doesn't look like, but yeah, it looks like the 55 truck just didn't realize the closing speed that the 63 truck had on new tires.
That was a very early turn-in point there. Oh my goodness, very early turn-in point for the 55 truck. I think it caught Randall off guard as Randall was on fresh tires just trying to make his way by cleanly. And that That's not the sight you want to see. You don't want to be stopped in the middle of the racetrack under green flag conditions, looking back at another truck stopped in the middle of the racetrack.
Yeah, I think it all had to do with the 55 not really realizing the closing speed the 63 had on new tires and just trying to make his normal turn in, and didn't work out too well for either driver there.
So what this does do is now everybody will be able to come in fresh tires. Cody Vreeland overshoots his box. Fresh tires and fuel for everybody who could not make it on fuel. And down and away is the 19 of Christian Converse. He will beat out Greg Holt, Seth Berger, and Fitzpatrick to the line. Berger over Seth Fitzpatrick. And remember how quick Berger was on the short run. This could get very spicy.
It could be. There's nothing left on the table now. It's going to be a nice little shootout to the end of this race. And I tell you, one driver who was probably, again, ecstatic that this caution came out is the driver of that number 2 truck. He couldn't make it on fuel, but now he can. Thanks to the caution, he got saved.
And Josh McClune was the race leader. He will now come down the pit lane on the second time around. And I believe... trying to figure out who might be the lucky dog for this incident or for this caution. I believe it might have been Joshua Fox.
And breaking news, Emerson, the number 3 truck has been caught speeding on pit road.
That what? I mean, there's still laps left in this race, but not many. And he's gonna have to go all the way to the rear behind all the lapped vehicles. This is rough.
Yeah, and he, you mentioned it before, he did not want to see that caution. He had this race pretty much in his mind, all but one. He was there trying to take the race lead and, just compounding his woes, speeding on pit road.
Huge news there, and that I think makes things a lot easier for Christian Converse, or does it? There goes a vehicle being waved around to pace a vehicle, and it's time to make choices. Devin, where do you want to be?
I want to be on the inside line. If I'm anyone but Seth Berger, it looks like he's going to choose the inside, though. That might be good. And you can see quite a few drivers choosing that inside line. That's where I want to be. I want to be right there, plant my wheels or my left side on that yellow line, not give it up, not give any room, and win this race.
Now I'm trying to see, maybe that was Greg Holt, and if it was, it's different. Yeah, Greg Holt changed lanes there, but he's a penalty car and has to be at the end of the longest line anyway, so he'll be told which lane to go anyway. But I was gonna say that was a lane change after the start finish line, which is a no-no. But I feel like as a penalty car, he's already starting at the back. He's already gonna be at the end of the longest line. He's gonna be sorted. And I think the pace lights are back on the safety vehicle to ensure that everybody's in the correct spots. But again, you cannot change lanes after the start-finish line on the 1 to green. You must have your choice made at the start-finish line. And these are the choices. It is Christian Converse on the inside. He'll have Seth Fitzpatrick to his outside. Fitzpatrick will gain the spot on Seth Berger, who both gained spots, a spot from Greg Holt. Seth Berger will stay stagnant in that. Tyler Markle now goes up to 4th. It is John Mickey in that 69 down up in 5th. Devin Smith. We haven't even mentioned his name all day today, and another caution lap has been added, by the way. Devin Smith up there into the 6th position. Then we have the 98 of Theron Elam Jr. there in 7th. Actually, it's Stutzman down on the inside in 7th. Then Theron Elam on the outside in 8th. Cody Vreeland to the inside of row number 5 and 9th. He'll have Kyle Lingerfeld to his outside. In 10th, it'll be Joshua Fox in 11th with Greg Holt. Actually, that's it. Everybody else is lapped vehicles. Balliet, the first driver, 1 lap down, though, trying to fight for his lucky dog. If another quick caution comes out, and as we add pace laps, the intensity is going to ramp up. Devin, late race shootout. We're going green. Not this time. If we go green when we're supposed to, we'll be going green with 15 laps to go.
Yeah, it's going to be a nice, quick shootout, and I'm pretty sure one of the drivers who wants to see that, they're going to give the 3 truck his spot back here. Maybe that's why the caution laps were added.
This is very intriguing, and I'll definitely want to know the official word. I guess iRacing gave him the wrong penalty is the official word from race control. I'll definitely want clarification on that post-race, but For now, Greg Holt is brought back up here and is allowed to race once again. And man, if you're Seth Fitzpatrick, that's gotta hurt.
Yeah, he was going to be starting in second, what would have been second place. Had a great shot. He has a good short one truck. Could have put up a nice fight to Chris Converse for the win here, but he's going to have to sacrifice that. I don't think that he's too happy about it, but like I said, he does have a good short run truck. Let's see what he can do here on this restart.
Race Control has said that he was flagged for speeding and never went over 40 miles per hour, and it was confirmed by Race Control. Again, very odd. I've never seen that happen, but here we go. Once again, 15 laps to go. iRacing.com pace vehicles into the safety of pit lane, and we are green from Rockingham. 15 laps to go. Oh, wrecking in the back, and around goes, oh no, is that Tyler Markle into the heart of the field? This is going to be a big one. Several more trucks involved.
Huge wreck off of turn 2. Everybody fighting for every inch. They knew that this was the restart to make up places if they wanted it, and looks like a couple of drivers get caught out going a little too hard.
Oh no, that is huge. We're going to have to see exactly what happened here. And we're close up here to see the initial contact and what exactly happened. This is Tyler Mark on the outside of John Mickey. He gets nearly clear to 69. Oh no, he was not. And he goes around into the heart of the pack, and Devin Smith's involved. Lingerfeld, and oh man, monster hit for Joshua McClune, and I believe that's also the 55 of Jesse Adams.
Yeah, and we saw a puff of smoke from the 42. It means his engine is fried. His day might be done. So unfortunate, a very good run for that 42 truck all day long, and to have it go out like that, I think the 69 thought that the 42 had cleared him. It was going to pull up behind him, and just wasn't clear.
Whatever that was, I just hard racing. My goodness, nearly monster trucked over the front end there. Was McClune on Tyler Markle's front end. That is a heavy hit. I want to get one more view of that and just see on board with the 18 here.
Well, since the update with iRacing putting in the new smoke and fog and dirt effects, it is hard to see if smoke is up in front of you like it is in real life, and we'll get a good look here to see if he just didn't see what was going on because of the smoke.
Smoke and trucks everywhere, and he could see the truck, but I don't know, I think he got the brakes and the truck shot right.
Yeah, that looks to be what happened. He's hitting the brakes, the truck shoots right into the 42.
Very, very unfortunate scenes here for Joshua McClune. We go back up front, and it's Christian Converse, the leader, and with under 10 laps to go by the time we go green, we're going to take this chance to thank some of our partners here at Pit Stop TV, like Tucson Sound Art. Your picture, your music. You provide the image that you want, and we will custom create a beautifully framed, high-quality canvas with a built-in Bluetooth speaker. With Sound Art, you get the best of both worlds. Visit TucsonSoundArt.com for additional info. Use promo code PitStopTV at checkout and receive 10% off of your purchase. Ever wished you could have a race engineer on speed dial? Well, now you can, thanks to RaceFace, a driver development service and setup shop all in one. Work with Tyler, a real-world race engineer, and then step up your game before your next race. Pick up pace with RacePace. When it comes to your appearance, you deserve the best care that money can buy. And with locations in Auburn, Lewiston, Naples, and Saco, Maine, Permanent Makeup and Cryo in Maine owner Ashley Boyer is a certified micropigmentation specialist who provides professional, safe, and personalized services. You can contact Permanent Makeup and Cryo in Maine at permanentmakeupinmaine.com. You can call or text them at 207-358-8683. Whiplash Media specializes in various sim racing resources, including paint schemes, stream overlays, iRacing camera packs, and more. The official graphic and camera provider of Pit Stop TV, and you can grab your iBroadcast cameras today at www.pitstoptv.com, and of course our friends at BAM Racing Videos, by a race fan for the racing community. The choices have been made. Seth Berger has elected to go behind the 19 of Christian Converse again. We saw how well that worked out for him on the restart. Will it work out the same now? I'd imagine with the teammates being in the same Discord, usually they'd work together, but with 10 laps to go, I don't know if you want to give away that kind of information.
Yeah, I'm not sure that you do, and the 19 truck knows how strong that 3 truck is, so I'm not sure he wants to do that to possibly give away the win. Just knowing that Greg Holt is very, very good, and that 3 truck, it's dialed in right now. But I'll tell you one thing, that 77 truck of Seth Berger, he made that inside lane work for him starting there. Last restart, he got around the 3 truck, was right on the back bumper of the 19, looking to put a play for the lead before that caution came out.
Yeah, that was something. It was a great run, and the field is dwindling here. I believe Balliet was able to get the lucky dog here, so Balliet's back onto the lead lap. And they're 3 wide back there, so I believe this might be an extended caution because we are still confused on what the starting order is back here. Let's see. Looks like everybody's still trying to figure it out. I think now they've worked it out. Maybe no. The 51 still thinks he should be somewhere. I believe we're going to go green like that. Yeah, they're 3 wide in the thick of the pack. I think Elam's giving up the spot now. But here we go. The iRacing.com safety vehicle is going to pull off into the safety of pit lane in what will be a jumbled up restart behind. And we are green once again from Rockingham with now 9 laps to go. Side by side through turns 3 and 4. Seth Berger to the race lead. Now 8 laps to go. Converse back down to the inside.
Seth Berger takes the lead, but the 19 truck's not going to give it up that easily. He's right back on the bumper of Seth Berger as they come off of 2. We thought that this was going to happen. Seth Berger had gotten an amazing restart.
The teammates!
Oh, no, the teammates make contact.
And Converse will hold on to it. He got bought in. He's around. Oh, no. Oh, this is going to be a big one. Oh, no. Big accident in the back.
It looks like only 4 trucks are going to remain unscathed in this one unless some trucks made it around it. But, wow. Teammates make contact. And the 19 truck is not even running straight. He's going to have to retire.
Led the most laps in the race, and Christian Converse will not see the checkered flag. Very unfortunate. And how quickly things turn. I thought it was going to be an amazing battle here with Berger, Holt, Converse, Fitzpatrick, Vreeland. There's a car shooting off in the background, but here's what happens really here. Converse trying to hold on to the truck. It was never straight. Big hit there for Stutzman and Elam, and oh, big hits going on back here. Oh my, big time error with the 47 of Andrew Schroeder. My goodness.
A lot of good trucks who are having great days taken out in this one. Very unfortunate. I heard you mention Elam there. He's having a great run in top 10 for most of the afternoon and gonna end not the way he wanted it.
We'll see here again and try to get a right there. There's a big shot in the rear end there. Teammates pull into the back end of Converse, and there's Stutzman, and oh, big hits all over the place. Big hits. Several blown engines there, and big time hair.
Yeah, when the fields are stacked up like this at the in a restart, and someone goes sideways, there's just nowhere to go sometimes. And he tried to hang on to it, but Rockingham, I mean, it's just going to do that to you.
Elam, Lingerfeld, big hits. And here comes the biggest. Oh my gosh.
A monster hit there from the 47 truck on the 19.
And, I mean, you know it's a sim, but my goodness, I mean, you can't help but wince at some of those hits. That's wild.
Yeah, and if you got the force feedback on, I mean, you're saying, oh, it's a sim, you don't feel it and all this, but you do. If the force feedback's on in your wheel, like I have mine on, a lot of drivers have theirs on, you feel it. It jerks your hands quite profusely, especially if you have a direct drive wheel. I mean, I've heard of guys who've almost broken their hands wrecking on a direct drive wheel when being in a wreck like this. So hopefully everyone's okay. But yeah, we're going to move on. It looks like we're going to get the green flag probably right before we have to take some overtime. I'm not sure, but if they do, it's just going to be a couple laps of overtime.
Right, I don't think we're going to hit overtime here unless race control determines that they have to extend the caution. So it's going to be interesting to see here. If race control has to extend the caution, we will go overtime racing. If they don't, we will restart here. But Seth Berger leads over Seth Fitzpatrick, Cody Vreeland, Devin Smith, Joshua Balliet, Joshua Fox, John Mickey. The top 7, I mean, only 2 drivers in that top 7 have been really like mainstays here. This is wild.
Yeah, it looks like Greg Holt's gonna fall back. I think that he's given the EOL for the cause of the incident, so he's gonna fall back to the end of the longest line. That's gonna hurt his race. So teammates taking each other out. Joseph Causey, though, 7th place. Am I reading that right, Emerson?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely just used up earlier. He will be up in 7th place. I'm sorry, yeah, he made contact with the lap vehicle. That's correct. Made contact with the lap vehicle up in the 7th place. He's gonna be with Mickey, and Holt's still there in 9th. I think that's actually maybe how many. I mean, Holt is the last truck on the lead lap in 9th. Matthew Setzer is the first truck 1 lap down in 10th. If we get another restart, he might secure a top 10 here, Matthew Setzer, if he can hold on to that lucky dog spot. But here we go. The lights are not on the safety vehicle, so we will get a scheduled attempt here at a 2-lap shootout. It is Seth Berger and Seth Fitzpatrick the front row. Here we go. The iRacing.com safety vehicles into the safety of pit lane, and we are racing once again from Rockingham.
Seth Berger, an amazing jump as they start this final run. Hopefully they get off of 2. Trucks are staying off of each other. We have a dwindled field, but Seth Berger to the lead. His teammate, the number 10, Vreeland, right behind him.
To the line, double wide back there. We are going to get the white flag presented by Tucson Sound Art and Seth Berger, the race leader. Cody Vreeland hot in pursuit. It's going to be a 2-truck battle. Teammates going at it for the checkered flag here into turn 3 of Rockingham. Vreeland will send it down into turn 3, but he can't get there. It is our last season champion, Seth Berger, returning to victory lane here at Rockingham.
And I tell you what, Burnt Rubber Racing tried to make it a 1-2-3. Joshua Balliet had recovered from being a lap down in a wrecked truck earlier, tried to get that 3rd place finish, but Scott Fitzpatrick able to hold him off and maintain his place on the podium. A congratulatory bump there from Vreeland and Seth Berger. A fantastic race driven by both of them, staying out of trouble and winning this race.
That's Balliet. Oh no! Like a little too much contact there. That was definitely congratulatory, and Seth Berger will burn it down here on the front straightaway. Celebrating here at Rockingham, and man, those liftwork colors. It's something to see them here. I know the Burger Nation crowd, the Burger crowd, will be very happy with this victory once again. I know when Seth races in the Outlaws Sim Series, he brings quite the fan base, and be very. Oh, here comes the team burnout. All of Burnt Rubber Racing will go ahead and celebrate here on the front straightaway. But while they celebrate, we'll let them gather their thoughts. We'll be right back. We'll be right on the far side. We'll have our post-race coverage here from the Outlaws Sim Series Gunman trucks here at The Rock. Rockingham Speedway put on an amazing show. Seth Berger, the race winner, will gather his thoughts and more on the far side of this break.
Sound art is a product that is a speaker and it's art. We combine it together and we call it sound art. What makes it so unique that any picture can be your speaker? Sound art gives you the high quality sound without the ugly speaker. This isn't a picture with a speaker, the picture is the speaker. Just imagine your wedding picture uploaded onto a canvas and now it's speaking 10,000 tunes. I mean, it's a very cool concept. What we like so much about it that you can take anything that means something very special to you, upload it on the canvas, have it hanging up in your room, your balcony, wherever you want to put it, and now it's a speaker. I mean, how cool is that? It's something that we have that and no one has. No one has this product. It's just a great gift to give anybody. It's just a neat concept. Around here we say, art never sounded so good.
After months of quarantine, we're all interested in how we can become our best self. The team at Permanent Makeup and Cryo is here to help you get the flawless makeup look every day without the extra effort or time. When it comes to your appearance, you deserve the best care that money can buy.
SoundArt introduces an entirely new way to listen to music in your home. By combining the best of two products, a revolutionary high-fidelity, low-profile Bluetooth wireless speaker with beautiful artwork. Select from a library of artwork or upload your own photos to personalize your experience. SoundArt ushers in an era of invisible, beautiful, and amazing sound throughout your home and redefines your entire entertainment system. The need to reclaim your floor space and rid your home of unsightly speaker boxes that need to be bolted to the wall is now a thing of the past. Our canvas is printed on high-quality permalite by Breathing Color. And select from our gallery or upload your own. Standard sizes include 16 by 20 and 18 by 24 canvas wrapped. Custom sizing is available, as well as surround sound options.
Welcome back, race fans, to the virtual Rockingham Speedway in Rockingham, North Carolina. It was a fantastic race. We had so many lead changes and a lot of action I was not necessarily anticipating coming into today's race. And I don't know if this driver really anticipated all of this happening in today's race, but Seth Berger picking up right where you left off at the end of last season with a victory here at Rockingham. Seth, tell us all about it.
Oh man, honestly, to start, we'll start at practice. I was 24th out of 25th to start the practice, so that was definitely rough. And I just gotta thank Adam Gardner for the setup help. I wouldn't have been able to win this race without his help. Thanks to Malenko too for being a good teammate, teaching me how to run this race and running me clean all race. He let me in through some gaps and kept me in a good spot all race. And yeah, man, honestly, I did not think I was going to be running in the top 10 at all, let alone even the top 5. So a win is crazy right now. So that's awesome. I'm glad to get a dub right back where I left off last season with the championship. Hopefully we'll keep it running, but it's going to be hit or miss, I feel like, each week. But obviously this is a good sign for the rest of the season.
Absolutely. Not counting the console victories, this is now your 7th victory on the season. This time with some of the same teammates, with some new teammates as well. Talk about today and working with Burnt Rubber Racing, with Cody and Joshua Balliet, and how y'all kind of attacked Performance Sim Sport as a team.
I mean, I wasn't talking to Cody that much in the race. He wasn't in the room, but I think all three of us just had that leeway for each other, be clean, keep each other in good positions, not send one another up the track and let a whole train of trucks pass them. And I mean, yeah, really, it was just making sure we were all on the bottom line, even when we were racing each other in that middle section, I believe. And yeah, man, it's awesome.
Absolutely. And now you came into this race 21st in points. We'll let it all cycle out. We'll see where you end up once all the points are tabulated from today. But I'd imagine it'd be much higher than 21st. With this victory tonight, you'll be the second driver locked in to the next round of the playoffs, provided you make 75% of the starts. Now, I asked you this, I think, at the Clash or either before the Daytona race. But now, how do you feel about your chances of going back-to-back this season?
Oh, I feel a lot better, man. But like I said, gonna try to stay humble and not get too excited. Still brand new to setups. I like high bank tracks, so that might have helped me tonight. But these setups are gonna be a huge hit or miss, honestly. So we'll see what happens. But obviously, it helps a lot more to be locked into the playoffs already. So that'll definitely help confidence, and confidence is everything.
Confidence is everything, absolutely. Well, Seth, your 7th win in the Outlaws Sim Series, your first on the Gunman Truck Series season. This is now, by the way, also counting all the wins you had on console and the championship over there and all that. Here on iRacing, 7th win in the Outlaws Sim Series and first one here in the trucks. Congratulations to you and Burger Nation. Or I guess, who do you got to shout out for your win tonight?
Thanks to all of Burger Nation, honestly, for tuning in every week, and thanks to my brother Jonathan for setting up my triple monitors. Don't know how much that helps, but it's definitely awesome and lets me get more confident running side by side next to people. So, yeah, hell yeah! Thank you all of Burger Nation.
Right on. Well, once again, congratulations on your victory here tonight at The Rock, and best luck to you next week at Homestead.
All right, thank you.
Again, that was driver of the number 77, Seth Berger, and this driver was right behind, had a hard charge late here in the going. Second place finisher Cody Vreeland standing by with our Devin Zimmerman.
We welcome into the booth the number 10 truck driver, Cody Vreeland. Hey, how's it going, man? Congratulations on the second place finish. What can you tell us about that crazy finish?
Man, I'm just happy I was in the top 5 the whole race. All the wrecks happened in front of me. It's crazy.
I know your teammate finished right in front of you. Y'all had some great battles throughout the whole race. Did you have anything else for him at the end there?
I feel like if I got into 3, more quicker or something like that, I probably could have pulled it to align with him. But I don't think after that.
The season didn't get off to too great of a start for you at Daytona. So, having a race like this, a scrappy second place finish, how do you think that sets you up for the rest of the season?
With me finishing second to this race, second race in the trucks as well, I have pretty high hopes for the rest of the season.
Awesome. Well, congratulations again on the second place finish. Before we let you go, is there anyone you want to give a shout out to, or who makes things possible for you here?
I want to spot out my spotter, Patrick, my stepdad. He was making adjustments on the fly. Rocket Racing setups, they're amazing. Other than that, no one.
Well, congratulations again. Hopefully you can continue the success at Homestead next week. We'll look forward to talking to you there as well.
Thank you.
And that was driver of the number 10, Cody Vreeland. And we'll bring in our second Seth of the day into the booth. And this driver, this was phenomenal. Seth Fitzpatrick. You decided to stay out one of the middle race cautions and got yourself the race lead, led 4 laps. But with 15 lap older tires, you faded back a little bit and then drove right back up to 3rd place. Talk about that run on the older tires compared to the rest of the field, and what's going through your mind as everybody's just whizzing by you and you drive right back by them and 20 laps later.
No, it's 15 laps. I thought it was shorter than that, but I thought it was just going to be I thought it was a waste of tires. I thought it was luckily I don't think everybody used all their sets, but I just thought it was going to be a waste. I wanted to have something left for the end in case I needed it.
Fair enough. Well, nonetheless, it was 15 laps according to time and scoring, and some of those were caution laps. So maybe 10 laps green flag. But at an abrasive track surface like Rockingham, and a short track where you're leaning on the right front tire a lot, and seeing the entire rest of the field come in, you're the only driver on old tires. What's going through your mind? Just hoping you don't get ran over, or you think you had something with those boys, or what's going through your mind on that restart?
No, I just knew I was just going to let them go and just planned on seeing them in about 30 laps.
Fair enough.
I knew.
Oh, my bad. If you were going to add on to that.
No, I didn't have that nailed.
Well, another podium here. If I'm not mistaken, this is back-to-back podiums for you to start the season. Looking at the season now overall, a very nice run for you. How do you feel heading into Homestead next week and the season overall?
I feel like I got some pretty good momentum. Just trying to keep moving forward, staying in the top 5 every week. And surely if we can stay in the top 5 every week, it'll result in a win here soon.
Fair enough. It's been a great running so far. I think, again, to me, the most phenomenal thing was seeing you drive back through the field on the older tires. I think that speaks volumes to your driving style and how you manage your equipment. Once again, congratulations on your third place finish. We'll give you the floor now. Whoever you got to shout out, whoever you got to thank, the chance is yours here.
I have to thank John, Mickey, for giving me that setup because I had no time to practice this week. And I only had just a few laps before the race, so say thanks to him. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have finished there.
Well, fair enough. Once again, congratulations on the podium finish. Back-to-back weeks in a row, Seth. Congratulations on the podium. Best luck to you next week at Homestead.
Thanks, man.
And again, driver of the number 2, Seth Fitzpatrick. I still can't get over that. That was a phenomenal job from Seth Fitzpatrick. But let's see how the rest of the drivers came to the checkered flag there in that topsy-turvy finish. This top 10 is not what it looked like 20 laps from the checker now, does it, Devin? We'll look here in the top 3, of course, Seth Berger, Cody Vreeland, and Seth Fitzpatrick, the top 3. Joshua Balliette in 4th, Devin Smith in 5th, Joshua Fox there in 6th. He set the fastest time in practice, started up there in the top 5. Didn't really show that kind of pace all day, but he still gets a nice little finish out of it. And Joshua Fox, by the way, is still very new to iRacing, one of the newest drivers on the service in this league. I mean, came in like a couple months ago to iRacing, and he is absolutely lighting it up. Very great run for Joshua Fox. Joseph Causey, after getting into it with a lap vehicle earlier, he finishes 7th. Greg Holt will come home in the 8th position after getting EOL'd for that late race yellow. John Mickey will come home last truck on the lead lap, and Matthew Setzer will snag a top 10 finish tonight, Devin.
Yeah, and then 11th will be Farron Elam Jr. Had a great top 10 run going. Got caught up in that late race accident, but he was able to recover to 11th. Ray Rogers in 12th. Jeremiah Stutzman in 13th. 14th, James Gilliard. 15th, Kyra Lingerfeld. 16th, Brad Bothman, our pole sitter. 17th, Kevin Thompson. 18th, Jesse Adams. 19th, Christian Converse, after blowing the engine involved in that late race accident. And 20th, Andrew Schroeder.
On to the next page of results, we have Jeremy C. Poole there in 21st. Randall Barnett will come home in 27th. Tyler Markle, after having a top 5 run most of the day, he will finish in 23rd. Joshua McClune in 24th. Eric Peck comes home in 26th. Jason Miz, after running up in the top 5 a little bit today, he will come home in 26th. Andrew Pratt, 27th. Brandon Richardson, after finding the pit barrels very tasty, he'll come with 28th. Matt Rogers in 29th. Doug Solms in 30th. And it is Daniel Park rounding out the 31 drivers in the field for tonight's race. And Devin, again, it was an amazing show tonight. Was this kind of a show what you expected when you headed to when you came to join me on the booth today for Rockingham?
Definitely not. I expected these trucks to have, the front runners like we did early in the race, and in the middle of the race we had the front runners who were way out in front, kind of just running away with the thing, and then we had the mid pack racers that were all together, just battling it out for position. And we thought it was just going to be kind of like a race like that. But these late race cautions, I mean, cautions breed cautions. We hear that all the time. And this was the epitome of it right here. We had a caution late in stage 3, and then the two massive incidents at the end of the race there that just set up this very interesting top 10. Congratulations to all of those top 10 finishers, and I know some of them are very, very fortunate to be in that position. One who comes to mind is Joseph Causey. I mean, he was 2 laps down at the beginning of the race.
It is definitely something. If you want more racing action, well, don't worry. The channel here at Pit Stop TV stays active weekly, several times a week, by the way. Friday night, of course, we head out to New England for the New Hampshire Motor Speedway, the MSRA National Series, and their Xfinity cars take to the Magic Mile up there. And then Tuesday night, like I said, Road America for round number, oh goodness, what is this, 16 on the NORC Season 13 calendar. Road America, I love Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin's road circuit up there, and I can't wait. NASCAR Xfinity Series cars taking to it, 25 laps, but they are grid starting at Road America. I still can't get past that. I know NORC has grid started before when they ran a Monza race in the Cup cars a couple seasons ago, but here they are. They're going to be at Road America, grid starting. I get it, you know, if it's a 4 and 4 minute pace lap, 3 minute 45-second pace lap, but grid starting, that's going to be quite the challenge. And next Wednesday night, it's a doubleheader here on Pit Stop TV. The first of the two, the International Online Racing League, the IORL IndyCar Series, takes to the streets of Chicago, a newly released track on the iRacing service. And they will be wrapping up their season. They're coming up into the final stretch of races there in the IORL IndyCar calendar. Trey Shuttlesworth, our very own Trey Shuttlesworth, I hear took the victory today at Watkins Glen for the International Online Racing League today. So again, we don't cover all of the races for IORL, but we are covering select races, and the Chicago Street Course was added to the schedule and added to the Pit Stop TV schedule as well. It'll be nice to pick up there and see how their season's going with Trey Shuttlesworth now the most recent winner in the International Online Racing League. And again, they're round today at Watkins Glen. And also on Wednesday night will be the Outlaws Sim Series round number 3 from the Homestead Miami Speedway. And if you wish to keep up with all of our series here at Pit Stop TV, you can check out our social media platforms, where Vincent Cortez has been very hard at work today on our Facebook at facebook.com/Pit Stop TV, at our Instagram at Pit_Stop_TV, the website right there on the bottom of your screen, the Twitter at Pit Stop TV_, the website right there as well, and we have a Twitch channel as well, twitch.tv/Pit_Stop_TV, and our YouTube channel there, of course, at youtube.com/PitStopTV1. And that'll do it from the Rockingham Speedway. Again, happy to have had you all here for tonight's broadcast, and we hope you enjoyed tonight's action. I said that backwards, but I hope you enjoyed tonight anyway. And again, it was a pleasure to bring Devin Zimmerman back up to the booth with me for these Outlaw Sim Series races and bring him back to Pit Stop TV in some capacity. It's glad to have him back. He joined me alongside the mic tonight on commentary. Vincent Cortez rocked social media coverage tonight. Again, you can check all of his status updates, his posts from tonight's race on our Facebook page and our Twitter and our Instagram tonight. And myself, Emerson Arden. Again, if you want to join our crew, send Andrew an email. Wow, I'm flipping everything tonight. Send Andrew an email at andrew@pitstoptv.com. If you have any commentary experience, you want to join us for social media, if you have any production experience, or even if you don't and you want to try to learn, we'll be more than happy to try to help you out with that. Send Andrew an email and we'll get you started. But I'm Emerson Arden. Again, I want y'all to stay safe and stay cool, as it's gotten very hot here in these summer months. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.